The other day, you ain't gonna sit here and tell me. I don't know what I know. Nigga, I know what's up. I know what time it is. And it's always CP. I know what time it is. I get there, it's on time. Ever I get there, it's always on time.
All right, y'all. New stream started. The T-Duck versus Orthodox Moor pre-debate show.
It's going down.
So I'm ending this one. We'll be right back. I mean, well, I'm already live. Just switch over to the new stream. Black Power. Peace. Yeah.
Switch over to the new stream as you had it. If me and Madonna becoming better friends, we getting better about this shit.
Man, y'all get on my fucking nerves, man. yo,
you know, I'm just trying to be nice to that nigga so I can get that nigga to fall in. Especially since I done found out he know about the hordes. He can fall in one time for me. Just one time. You gonna change your conversation when you talk to me.
Got to.
What happened to them days, Squad, where you can just get you about 6 minutes with a nigga like, you got me fucked up, dog. I ain't that nigga. And I don't think I can whoop everybody, but I'm telling you, I can make you feel me, though. You gon' feel me, cuz.
Motherfuckers find out you get a goddamn gun license, and then they start paying that money for guns, and they say, I ain't finna pay all this money and not shoot a motherfucker. Shit. This motherfucker gonna cost me $900.
Yeah. I don't know if niggas know too much about niggas from my neighborhood. They would beat your ass and shoot you too. So, I mean, I wouldn't rush to try to get your gun because I'm gonna have mine too. Go have mine too. And then since I'm already gonna beat your ass, I think you're gonna be in a position to be able to grab your gun that fast. Like, try it if you want to. See, plenty of people go that way. But they ain't living here today.
Man, hit that like button as y'all come in, man. Are the Israelites or are the Israelites different? Are the Israelites or are the Israelites different?
Or are the Israelites tripping?
On some bullshit.
On that bullshit.
No more, man. Be here or be circle.
You feel me? Man, where my nigga T-Duck at, man? That's what I want to talk to. He feeling himself so much. He feeling himself so much. He done went on a Harlem Globetrotter tour on our ass. He said, I'm gonna go whoop Orthodox Moor ass since I think I'm playing out. Yeah, I said the Orthodox Moor. I know you just crunched up your face just now. I'm trying to hype the fight, cuz. Doing my job. I'm just doing my job. Doing my job. Yeah. Well, I just seen Kareem in the chat. Kareem, bring your ass up here. I know you out there lurking. Probably in school working. Oh, yeah. But I went through it today, boy. That motherfucker been on my head, man. I had a good ass conversation with my cousin today, though. My little cousin hit me up. Told me he missed the nigga, man. Said he glad we been in conversation like we been lately.
Shalom.
Peace, Skimpy.
Right. So I want to take this opportunity to give Ebony Goddess. Give it up for Ebony Goddess. For beating the bricks off of that, the White.
I told you, that's my God. Y'all need to be friends.
You understand me? I mean, she slayed him.
That's the God I know. That's the God I know.
Uh-oh. I said but, so I negated her whole award.
Damn, okay.
I meant to say and.
Oh, okay.
And.
You mean it, Lord.
Right. She deserved the Black Woman's Award.
Yeah.
For SVDL.
We're gonna give a special Mother's Day show. That's what we should do. We're gonna have a Mother's Day show, but brought to you by the love that we have for the Heavenly God.
Right. She did that thing. So, and also, right.
All right, Cam, I'm gonna hold you to it. Don't let it just be me and Swab over here doing the Mother's Day show.
I'm gonna pull up. Because, I don't celebrate Mother's Day, but
me either, but I know there's other people acknowledging their mama, so I think it's a good time for us to do it.
Daily.
Hell yeah.
I meant to say, and also now, there's women on the YouTube, that are just as intelligent as the young lady, right? Who teach and train their 10,000 minions that black men are afraid of the white. Okay. So that's kind of annoying. And I just wanted to let them people know that, but they don't watch this show. But you know what I'm saying? I just wanted to let it be known over here.
It's on worker.
Yeah, there's a crew. I mean, this is the majority of black women. They, you know what I'm saying? They think we hate them. So they depend on the white to protect them from us. And so I see
there's some people that do that even if they don't know.
And agree that they do need protection from some of us. Because some of us is ratchet and hurt them personally.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So, all I wanted to say about that is that, come on, man.
Hey, but keep this though. Keep it in contrast.
I ain't got no real critique.
Keep it in contrast with what you saying though. Like a lot of these things was put in place in society to mimic different things that was already in the black community before we was forced assimilated. You feel me? So when you think about that, like one of the examples, the old example I can think of, and I'm like a new one. When the white woman convinced the black woman to fight for women's rights because she didn't have rights within her own household. When you think about that, the things that came out of that, the solutions that came out of that was already instilled in the black community. So now it's put out into the mainstream, and now it seems as though the government put these things in place when in reality, black people already had this shit in place, but we was tricked into depending on other people for that security. When our community had men and women who had already created these foundations and different places that you could go to for this help, to where it wouldn't be those ills in society. Because we knew in reality, every relationship doesn't work. People die, you know what I'm saying? And then people just age out too, you know what I'm saying? So it's so many variables. When you have a true civilization, that's you having a place to cultivate all of these things. But, just to give us some joy back, you know what I'm saying? Because they would have us think we just been hopeless and we need the government. But when we already had these things in place, but they just created an alternate system, then forced assimilated us, and over time we forgot this even took place to the point we like, shit, I don't remember no niggas doing nothing for me. I'm like, what? You don't remember Black Wall Street, what black people did for themselves? And that was just one of many black cities that was like that. That's what a black city meant at that time. You hear me? It's not hopeless like we can't do this shit. We've done it so many times. It's ridiculous that people keep making us have to do that.
Yeah, one of the things that hurt me the most about Black Wall Street is that we came up with it first. The Wall Street.
Oh shit! Hold on, let me finish that sentence real quick, man. The part that's ridiculous is we forgot our history, the fact that we built civilizations and like we would like something we were just talking about earlier, how we built into the mountains at one point in time. You feel me? But as our technology and understanding of how to work with the earth, we started building other structures. Same thing with this shit. You feel me? Why the fuck we can't grasp the fact that we done did this shit so many times to the point it's time for us to move on to other things, but we keep getting held back by trying to assimilate or trying to figure out where we fit in this system that we can't move forward. Because we still trying to figure out how to move forward within this fucking system. But we can't fathom doing that. Right. We don't know. We don't know we created civilizations and left them for them to take over. To the point now we taking over whatever they leave. Like, fuck that. They used to be in the projects. Like, nigga.
Exactly what I'm about to say. Yeah, we created civilizations, you know what I'm saying? So
we both said it. My mouth.
when we don't do that, when we don't recreate that spirit, you know what I'm saying, how we create things, like how we created Wall Street, then you know, we can't flourish and thrive in a system that they created specifically to highlight any black person who come up, you know what I'm saying? So they say,
and they highlight them so they can knock black people up.
Yeah, they keep a magnifying glass on us.
Yeah, and the ones that they do allow to come up, they let them come up because they know they not gonna buck the system. You know what I'm saying? They gonna keep the status quo. But if they gonna buck the system and not keep the status quo, they not come out. No matter when they come into this realization. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like Domo. I heard Domo and a few other brothers that's like, you know, from the collegiate side said, can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. They said it like this. They said once a man is truly educated, he will begin to question the system in which he lives. See what I'm saying? You know, us knowing we live in a corrupt system, for a man to even question this system, we know what's the next logical thing that's gonna occur in his mind, what he's gonna see over time. We see all the corruption. Then once they see, the next thing is the masculine energy seeks a solution. Because that's the only way the masculine likes to progress or be forward. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, it's always going to seek a solution to move forward. So there's no, you know, they take us outside of our masculine. We sit back and we spend more time complaining about what they're doing rather than move forward.
Oh, I remember my main point in bringing that topic up is because I want us to go to war. And they are mad at us. Black women want black men to go to war with the white. And so you know, I'm about that civil war prevention. I try to prevent war amongst rival sets and gangs and stuff.
But it's only called civil war claim because these are the same people for real. You see what I'm saying? So it's called, that's infight. You know, as far as our women want us to go to war, that's just pure frustration. You know, a lot of times if you pay attention to your woman, she say a lot of shit in the heat of the moment that if you was to carry it out and not be as strong as she isn't in that moment, then she would lose respect for you. So let's say your woman say, man, you know what? Man, things so bad, I'm gonna go ahead and sell some pussy. And then you say, man, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and sell some ass. You think she'll ever want to be with you again? So the thing is, when your woman lose her mind, you gotta keep yours. You know what I'm saying? So even if she says she wants to leave you, and you know this is your woman, you have to do the things that are conducive to her not wanting to. No matter how long it takes, if that's the woman you chose. And are still choosing. You see what I'm saying? So when it comes to that woman saying she wants you to go to war, you can be a fool and crash out just because she says that, but she doesn't understand the war that we're in and that we are fighting. It's just the war ain't the same. It's not swords and motherfucking
right. We are fighting. That's my.
It's none of
another.
that.
I'm glad you brought that up.
Mental war. Yeah, and we are taking over the
mental
faculties
I'm just agreeing so I can cut you off. That's all I'm doing.
No, not right now.
You know how niggas be like, you right, and then cut you off. No, go ahead.
Let me say one more point and see if you disagree though.
I agree with all that, for real.
If you notice, we taking over the mental faculties of society or the world, the narrative, to the point the narrative of the world is about the mistreatment of the black man and the black family. So when you think about that shit, it's like, hold on. At one point in time, they refused to even acknowledge it. They ignored it. You see what I'm saying? So when you think about the power of survival, then once you get to the point you realize, damn, I do survive. Oh, I could actually figure out how to overcome just survival and thrive through the things I've learned from survival. Because other people don't even know how to survive at this point. You feel me? Here it is, they created a fake matrix to make us feel uncomfortable about our existence, all within an existence that you can't avoid. And here it is, we come up on a time where another plague has come up on the people that are automatons, counterfeit spirits. And here it is, the ones of us that have allowed for their doctrine or their spirit to come up on us and we believe whatever they put on the news, we've been subject to the same shit. Only for them motherfuckers to salvage our organs and keep living. Think about that shit. And they say a person can be in a coma for a long ass time as long as their organs and shit is still intact. But once you pull that plug and start taking all their motherfucking organs out, it's over. So, excuse me, or are they not killing your people at the hospital? Where they take the organs out of?
That's right now, as we speak.
You feel me? They killing them. That's when they kill them. So even if, man, claim I done seen dudes that got shot the fuck up and was sitting on the ground for hours, bro. Next thing you know, these niggas came home.
Yeah.
You feel me? And let me tell you how they came home though, Claim. The doctors refused to, bro. The doctors refused to do anything to these niggas, bro. Cause their insurance was bad. Listen now, you catching that?
Yeah.
Their insurance was bad. They ain't get no help from the doctors. So what are the doctors really trained to do, and they don't even know that they doing that shit? Cause they done been trained that this is how you save a life. But just like somebody who might not be strong enough to take a surgery can die if you make them go through surgery, people who ain't strong enough or don't understand the unnecessariness of what you do in this hospital can go in shock and just die from that shit. And once you remove or go into a shock from that shit, then you remove their organs, they dead. Half of the time, these people that we think are dead, they just in shock. They just in shock, bro. This body ain't nothing but just like that game system that you play. When you turn it on, it's working. It don't mean the opportunity for it to be working ain't already possessed in it, because you don't just unplug the whole system, do you? It's still plugged into an energy source. So once you purpose it to do whatever you want it to do, it exists again, right? But it existed the whole fucking time. It existed the whole time. And that's the same thing with us in this existence. We exist the whole time, but are we allowed to express ourselves? Because we are all subject to the mistakes and the misunderstandings of each other. Like if Claim don't understand the world from a perspective that I may understand it, it's imperative that I try to at least share it with him. I don't got to convince him.
That's how I think. I mean, it's actually kind of offensive
to not share your truth with people
and to sit there and berate people until you trying to keep getting them to agree with you. Come on, man, it's fuck.
But some people
work with you know what I'm saying? Work with the shit that you can agree with it. anybody on.
Hey, that's true. Some people have to like see you talking about emotional intelligence at that point. Well, what's labeled as emotional intelligence? Because that's something we had to learn in the hood quick. Like you better notice when somebody get mad because somebody might fuck you up behind their anger.
Right.
So with that being said, people who haven't been pressure cooked in those type of situations often they haven't developed that certain spidey sense, so to speak.
Right.
They don't know how thick the air get.
They don't.
And how shit be slowing down. You about to die,
bitch. For real. They don't get it.
I swear, if it weren't for that, bro, like, man, I probably would have been dead a few times. And like, the pureness of heart allows for you not to be so heavy in those moments to where you can move faster than everybody else is moving at that time. And save your own fucking life if you pay attention to the signs. Like, I'd have been in the car that got Swiss cheese. Like, but nigga, when I say everything was in slow motion. Slow motion. To the point I'm like, these niggas really think they finna fuck me up. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. I'm talking about this, they still shooting. They not gonna believe this shit. And I ain't the type of nigga just sit around and talk about that shit all the time. Like, who wanna sit around and talk about how they got shot at? You know what I'm saying? Even though you didn't get hit, it's just the principle, like, nigga shot at you, bro. And at that time, after seeing the amazing things of life, I didn't even want to retaliate or respond in my normal way. Because I'm like, hold on, bro. I just witnessed something amazing. You got me fucked up. You don't keep falling the same cycle. Not to mention, I had already chose to walk away from that because I knew at a young age I wanted a family. Going through that street shit was just like a rite of passage in my neighborhood, bro. Like most people neighborhood, like you was either gonna leave the neighborhood or you was gonna have to survive the neighborhood. Come on, get that through your head. And if you a male, guess what males have to do? Take their ass outside off the porch with the rest of the tormented males. So when you get jumped in, that ain't nothing but the niggas in your community making sure you feel their pain too. And with the pain of your community, you go out into this world and you make everybody else feel it. When they don't respect you. So if you can't get that logic, I don't know how else to explain that. But that shit ain't for you. You feel me? Did nobody tell everybody to be in the 300? Or did nobody tell everybody to be Zulu?
Yeah, and I tell, you know what I'm saying?
Many are born, few are chosen.
We get into this because we don't have no strong families, you know what I'm saying, to back us up. So, you know, Willie D can miss me with that information, talking about, you know, he co-signing Mace, talking about don't get in the game. I mean, how else you know what I'm saying? They're talking about we get in the game for protection. Okay, that's probably can
be. What's
a
family for?
Well, that's what a family is for.
What's a family for? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, we don't initially get in there for protection. Then when we see,
even if we don't know
the protection, exactly.
Even if we don't know it, that's how nature provides. You feel me? Nature provides for its own. And like, this what killed me about that shit. People talking about stop getting in games. Nigga, tell motherfuckers to be family for real. That's what the fuck you do. Because here it is, you got a lot of people that ain't experienced love until they got their ass in the street.
Why you ain't teach them that?
They ain't experienced that undying dedication, support, backing, regardless of what the fuck you went through. Whereas family members are pick and choose when they love you. Throw you under the bus when it's convenient for them. Will snitch on you. Will make you starve. And then you have to be out here doing risky ass shit while they eating good in your face. So miss me with all that. Don't go find love.
Nice and overweight, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And getting married right in your face.
Man, come on, bro. Taking care of other motherfuckers who weren't even in the family. You got time for all these other motherfuckers, but you ain't even made time for the motherfucker you neglected to begin with. But it's easier to deal with certain situations because that's what you realize. You kind of realize your parents got something that's been neglected within them, and that's why they constantly grasping on to somebody else. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like we use each other as an extra leg or some shit. When one of our legs have been broken spirits. So as much as it seems like your mom or your father just ignoring you, I mean, from your perspective, yes, they are. But from their perspective, they still trying to heal them damn self. That's why they clinging to somebody like that. I've seen that shit go both ways. I've seen people be strong enough to stand on their own, you know what I'm saying, and be there for other people. And I've seen people who wasn't strong enough to be in a relationship, therefore they wind up on their own. And like I said, I've also seen people be in relationships and, you know, they able to be a strong example for other people on what a relationship was meant to be. Also seen people in relationships just because they not even a whole person and they leaning on each other. You know what I'm saying? Both of them. So my thing is relationships is cool, but anything in life, I don't want it unless it's in perfect peace. Meaning it's the way it's supposed to be. Like I don't glorify the fucked up shit that we was forced to do. But I will not let a motherfucker disrespect the original intent of some of the things that we was forced in. And I'm just grateful we had something. That we could, you know, like I think about this a lot. You know, when I was younger, I used to say crazy shit like, man, I don't give a fuck about no Larry Hoover because I was young and didn't want to respect authority or people that was supposed to be positioned as authority. But as time went on and I developed as a man, I said, damn, what kind of man will sit back and think about ways to give other people structure that he don't even fucking know? What kind of love is that, bro? That you can't understand. That's compassion beyond a lot of people's understanding. To the point, one man's hero is another man's villain. And once you understand that's the playing field you on, you're not confused by what life is revealing to you. But you also don't sit here and feel like you got a side that you can choose. No, I know where the fuck I am. 10,000 votes, nigga. That's too much power for one man. You feel me? Like, what these niggas talking about? I know what it is. You can't tell me the sad story that you tried to pin on this nigga to justify locking him away, taking away one of our brightest minds. That revealed to the rest of us that he was all bright as well. Like, he made me appreciate my parents, bro. Because a lot of the shit that I was looking at in my shit, I'm like, man, this is shit my mama was trying to tell me in a different fashion. You see what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen though.
Shit come forward.
We are going to develop. We are going to have to develop mad legal, lots of legal process that can replace that other shit.
We are. The younger generation definitely opening the door for the shit. And some of the people in like your generation, even in my generation, have found the way to the legality type shit. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's investments from all fronts, you know what I mean? Whether it's the stock market, real estate, business. Like, because honestly speaking, once you get those three things in place, you are rich. You know what I'm saying? If you can get 5 businesses going, you would definitely create a steady flow of money to where you don't have to worry for what you want nor need. And that's rich, essentially. That was hard. I hope somebody write that shit down. But, you feel me? So, hey, man, we got to look. I feel like, man, Suave gonna be the nigga that set it up, though. But I'm all for help. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we gotta do like a green field. Like, we all need to link up, but it need to be somewhere where a studio is not too far. You feel me? Some cameras, you know, and just do a quick project. No matter how many days we got, whether it's 3 days. You feel me? Put together a project, put our heart in that shit, so we have our Bible left behind. It's digitized, or we can put it in all kind of formats, but start with putting it to music, a soundtrack to our lives. and us all lending our voice. And stories for real, bro. Cause I ain't lying to you. I try not to talk too much in what's the word, hypotheticals when I do my music. You see what I'm saying? It's no longer, man, I'll do this to you, or you know what I'm saying? Like, no, it's all realistic. My punchline or realistic punchlines. You feel me? Like, I got reality punchlines. Like, yeah, I know about that. That's real life. Like shit be popping on my, like I said, shit be popping on my end like a pimple. See, I keep it simple. It's nothing to stop it. The limit that I can get to when I'm trying to reach it. Feel like I got that Zen like a Hindu, but I'm trying to teach like most men do. Let's chill. That was a freestyle. I don't even know why I thought I wrote that. But Suave, CJ so cool. Are you familiar with this guy?
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is he from your section?
You said CJ, right?
Yeah, CJ.
I thought I'm thinking he's talking about somebody else.
He one of the biggest YouTubers ever, bro.
Oh yeah, I know who you talking about. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, CJ's so famous or some shit. CJ.
Yeah, CJ's so cool. He from Gary. His first video
CJ's
did
so
like
cool.
7,000.
Yeah. Shout out to him. I don't know him though.
Hey, what you think about regularly scheduling programs, Suave?
Yeah, I've been saying that's what we're trying to do.
And then like do the programs before you even actually do it. Except when you do your live shit.
Look. I got everybody the keys. If you grab a day and a time slot, it's gonna get respected. It's simple as that. If you jump on here and say every Tuesday at 9 o'clock, then that's what's gonna happen.
Yeah, we know we been trying to prompt that to you, Lamb. Like we be prompting motherfuckers like this to the point the audience be like, if it's pseudo hour, and you can look, you can run with that and call it something else though. You feel me? You can run with the pseudo shit for like a couple of weeks and then flip it to the
yeah. You gotta run with it.
You gotta run with it.
No, bro, you gotta run with it. Yeah. Anytime somebody come up with a nickname for people, you gotta goddamn call your show that.
That's how I got the name Goldmine. Sapphire called me that shit. My name been Goldmine ever since.
Well, that's right. Bro. I'm not a cutie, bro. I didn't even know she was a cutie. Man, she bad.
Yeah, y'all can quit talking about my sister like that, no?
Look at you.
Nah, that's my big sister though. Y'all cut that shit out. She is fine though.
Look, you gonna warn us and then do the same thing.
Nah, I mean, I ain't gonna. I'm gonna agree that y'all ain't lying. I just don't want y'all to go too far with it because I mean it might make
right.
Yeah, slow that down. Slow that down. Hold on, man. I don't want to have to fuck with y'all up. I love y'all too. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if y'all know. You know, one of her kinfolk around. But nah, Sapphire basically gave me my first opportunity to speak on the internet. You know what I'm saying? As far as this shit is concerned. Cause like I've always been put in a position to be like an orator. Like at a young age, I was preaching like 14, 15. You feel me? So, but when I got on this side of understanding, I sat back and watched the conscious community, or what's deemed the conscious community, for like 4 to 5 years before I said anything. I'm talking about even said anything in the chat. But that was because I felt like I had to reinitiate myself into the information, because a lot of this shit I hadn't even fucking heard or thought to think like. So, you know, I had to get myself acclimated to the whole situation. Like, hold on. But I remember one of the first panels I got on with her, we was talking about some of the mistreatments within the black family that go untalked about. Like, you know, the molestations and stuff like that. And, you know, it was just a lot of brothers and sisters on there, you know, sharing fears with each other for real.
Hey, look, bro. When you mentioning that, think about that. Your grandma telling the granddaughter, don't tell nobody that her baby and raped her.
Right.
That's sick as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Please don't tell.
I can imagine.
They don't want to go to jail and all this stuff.
And embarrassment.
Embarrassing the family. But, bro, they need some correction, bro.
Yeah.
And that's why it started with just a simple conversation, because once you make room for me or a claim to be able to express certain things that we've seen or experienced, then it furthers the conversation. Then the next generation is like, you know what, we're going to get in front of this. Instead of leaving room for that stuff to linger, we going to talk about this stuff up front so people don't feel comfortable. Because if you pay attention to people that prey on other people, it's because they live in a state of bliss. You see what I'm saying? They're around a lot of people that don't think that shit can happen. So it's like a playground for people that are predators. But when you got people a nigga that's on the scene, like Lance seemed like the type of father that are always checking in on his kids even when they not there. People don't like somebody that's a predator won't be able to get to his kids, nor will they try it, because they like, man, I don't know when he's gonna pop up, and I'm not trying to fight him. You see what I'm saying? These people already got like a kid like mind state. They don't want to have to combat an adult. It's like the same thing with a person that's like a womanizer that beats on women. He don't want to. A lot of times they don't want to fight no man. I ain't saying there's not some 1 in a million ass niggas that beat the woman ass and the nigga. You feel me? But for the most part, dudes that's like that, that's quick to fight a woman, won't be quick to fight no dude.
Man, you see that nigga come and try to beat his whatever he did. He got shot by old girl.
Oh yeah, he kicked that door.
Yeah, kicked the door in.
The door. And you know
I don't know what she said to him, but he should have let that shit go, bro.
Yeah, bro, he got anger management issue.
Hold on, bro. The nigga went into the kitchen and got a knife. It had to be a butcher knife because that's the easiest way to kill somebody.
Yeah, but at the same time, too, though, Claim, I done seen people
knock his ass off.
But no, Claim, I done seen people like adrenaline be pumping because somebody done set them off, you know, whether they done gave themselves excuses to go off, and somebody finally said the key word that they said they're not going to take, be that as it may. I've seen people jump the gun because they've been prompted, right? And then get all the way where they said they was going to go and be surprised that they was able to even do the shit, and then like freeze right as they about to do something to a motherfucker and get killed because the other motherfucker don't know if you're going to do it or not. But here it is, this motherfucker. Yeah, but here it is. If you ever done hurt somebody before, you know what I'm saying, intentionally, and you're not just full adrenaline, there's a slight moment where you have to think about what you're doing, and you have to force overload your body to kill this person. Like it's a whole nother level of thinking. I ain't gonna try to do too much.
Bet wherever he at now, he know to calm down.
Yeah, I mean, it's like
they said that nigga was going to anger management class.
Yeah, he was on his way, but she must have said some shit to him.
So what?
Hey, like you said, no excuse. You feel me?
So he should have made it there.
Yeah, he should have got. He should got his ass straight to class. But the thing is, be glad that we here to learn from his life and not like him living the truth that we're speaking about of his life right now. Because he living that truth on some other existence right now. Because that's the truth of what happened with his life and everything. So be glad for the lessons we learned.
I bet he can't calm down now. Wherever he at, I think he in hell. Maybe.
Shit, if he was that angry, you can't calm down.
Our daddy was gonna kill our mama. Thank you.
I mean, like, okay, I get now you talking another perspective. Now we talking what's the perspective of the children, possibly. But majority of the time,
that he was going to, but that type of fear was in them, bro. That shouldn't be in the house.
But majority of the time, how old was the children? How old were the children?
But they was young.
But I'm just saying, majority of the time, kids don't have a sense of what the fuck. Like when shit be going on between mamas and daddies, a lot of times as kids, until we look back in hindsight, we be just sitting there dumbfounded, like, what are they doing? They arguing like us. Why are they arguing? Like, then we don't be knowing what they arguing about. You know what I'm saying? So
hey,
really,
bro, you
thinking from an adult perspective.
These kids don't know what's going on. They all they hear is grown ass niggas arguing.
Yeah, and they repeat
and the next thing you know,
you
getting picked up in another nigga caddy by another nigga daddy.
He like, when did this happen? And that's why I said them kids possibly don't know what happened, but another adult would use that as an excuse to kill somebody. Oh, you was scaring my kids. No, nigga, you was scared. That's why you killed this motherfucking ass. And you possibly set him up to do that shit. Like, she possibly said the key words that she know would set his ass off. Sent his ass in an uproar. He already got anger issues. That's why he an anger man.
That's how you get him.
Yeah, I mean, bro.
You get him to come to your house, get him to break in your house.
Bro, you know how many
women
done
grab
told me,
the knife.
bro, you know how many women done told me how to kill a motherfucker?
I won't say that.
She probably left the knife right there at the door. She probably left the knife right there at the front door.
She probably didn't go that far, because they would have figured that out, glad they didn't have evidence. They were like, why is there a butcher knife sitting at the front door?
No, he went to the room. Well, he went somewhere.
But I'm saying, the evidence
he had a knife on him.
He didn't have to have no weapon. He didn't have to have no weapon. Just like that white dude had to have no weapon when he shot that black dude, push him to the ground.
The fact he breached the door too, though.
Once he kicked that door in, yelling, "Well, let's play." That's a boom.
Yeah,
that is a boom right there.
And even with that though, claim like she can't set the table like that because then it would be an obvious setup. You feel me? Like they would be like, man, why you gotta peek this claim? You might not understand. But when I say forensics, you know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. So if the forensics show that this man was at the front door when he made an abrupt stop as though he picked up something in that area, you can be like, why the fuck is it a butcher knife sitting at the front door, man?
No, he didn't die at the front door though. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying if he stopped his footing as though he picked something up in that area or was looking at something and he didn't even go into the kitchen, they're gonna be like, well, when did he get the butcher knife?
Oh, you got them footprints in the kitchen. Got you. I see what you're saying.
Bro. I be on that shit.
Yeah, okay.
Real thug. I was the mastermind.
Okay. I seen
a
girl
get
into an argument with a nigga and egg him on. I know for a fact she planned on killing him when he come over. Right?
Man, that's what I'm saying.
Egging him on. What you gonna do, nigga? You're a drug dealer.
Hold on. Allegedly, we saying this could happen, but we ain't necessarily saying that's what happened. But go ahead.
Nah, this is exactly what happened, bro.
No, I'm talking that last situation that started the conversation. That's why I was clearing it up.
Oh, okay, yeah. She egged the nigga on. He already was known to slap the shit out of her because she had told him that's what he was doing.
Right.
Yeah, she bought herself a motherfucking pretty ass gun, bro.
You making a
egg that nigga on. He came in the door. And as soon as she came to the door to put her hands around her neck, she pulled the heat out her waist and busted him.
Now let's apply what you just said to the story we're talking about. This man in anger management class. It's a strong possibility that he's in anger management class because their relationship. So, damn, that shit sounds so eerily similar, dude.
Yep. Well,
you brought that up.
I know why exactly. I know she actually feared for her life every fucking day.
Oh no, we not.
But she did. But this time when she killed him, he wasn't putting her hands on. He wasn't.
Yeah, but she didn't know when that shit was gonna happen again. And given the society that he lives in,
she egged him on, and he came over for that last time. She went to jail too. She went to jail.
Most women. Yeah,
she went to jail, bro.
She
premeditated. That's premeditated fucking murder. What you mean?
Well, who egged him on? I mean, how they know she egged him on?
She contacted him. She contacted him, initiated an argument, and escalated it.
But no, I don't think they knew.
How do they know that?
Yeah, I don't think that they knew that, bro. But
I bet they did. So they be taking people's phones.
Oh, bro, because it was.
Anytime somebody gets.
How do you know? How do you know?
Because I was there.
I'm just saying they take people's phones.
Well, they know because of you.
No, this is before, bro. This was doing two-way pagers and shit. This was doing two-way pagers and flip the little gray flip phone with the motherfucking antenna that you end up biting on and shit.
But I can take your phone and still see your messages, bro. What are you talking about?
Well, what's she go to jail for?
Because it's a 2-year. It's a in Michigan. automatic for having a handgun.
You can't have a handgun? She illegally purchased a handgun.
No, she purchased it, but yeah, bro. You in Michigan, it's an open carry. You can go to jail for having a gun concealed, but not go to jail for having a gun out in the open.
So what did she go to jail for?
Yeah, please.
She did 2 years for having a gun.
For having it, period, because she didn't have a license?
For having a non-licensed.
Okay, that's illegally purchasing a gun.
I mean, but it showed that she purchased it. Like, you can purchase a gun from the pawn shop or anywhere. It showed she purchased the gun that it belonged to her legally. She just didn't have
She didn't have a license to own the gun.
Yeah, she didn't have no license on the gun.
Okay, what are licenses for?
So that's not a legal gun.
I mean, I ain't trying to argue that. That's crazy. Yeah, but
it's just an automatic 2 years for having a weapon without whatever the case it was. She didn't do jail for the murder.
Illegal possession of a firearm is 2 years.
Yeah, she did jail for the weapon.
Yeah, they probably didn't want to investigate too much, but if they did investigate and see that she prompted him, yeah, she got in trouble for that shit.
But the calls were not recorded, though. That's what I'm trying to say.
She got out early. You're supposed to know that.
She
got out early.
Did that to him.
I mean, it ain't fair. It's state, right?
Yeah, that's a state.
Yeah, so that's 2 years, 3 months. That you be out 9 months.
Mm-hmm.
She was out first they had to do the investigation, so that was a long time.
So she was out for the pre-trial.
Yeah, and then she didn't do the whole 2 years. That's all I know because she had.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's 2 do 1, 2 years do 1, 3 month time cut for chemical dependency. You get out in 9 months, and you got 1 year on papers.
Yeah, she was fine as hell, bro. When she got out, yeah, she was fine as hell, bro.
I bet.
So why you ain't stop that nigga Why you ain't stop that nigga from putting hands on her head?
She's 54.
She was new. She was new to the group. She was part of a rap group. She was new to the group and everything and shit.
What that mean?
I didn't have no authority over what was going on. None of us had no authority what was going on.
Man, you a man. You always got authority.
What the fuck is going on?
All of them was old. Listen, bro. All of them was
old. You knew that old dude? Hold on. What are we talking about?
We talking about no. He's saying that a similar event happened in his city back in the day.
Got it. Okay.
Y'all, Taz in the building. What's good with the GOAT?
No, he was just giving us a real life.
He gonna say he didn't have no authority to stop a man from hitting on the woman.
Because the correlation
she wasn't in our house.
Hold on, hold on. Don't be caught up on that, Lance, because that argument ain't gonna be good on your end. But the point of his correlation was the fact that the sister basically prompted the dude. You know what I'm saying? And when he brought that up, as to say that she basically this dude she went through certain protocols to set this man up, and made me think about that situation.
You talking about Lance situation, right?
Yeah, but it's a correlation because he wouldn't act like that knowing she got a gun.
Fucking screaming, dude.
See, they think you screaming at this moment. Just take a breath, and then they'll want to hear your voice. But listen, the correlation that he was making was the fact that he been going through anger management classes, right? So obviously, if the girl in Land's scenario been getting her ass whooped, this girl in this situation obviously been getting her ass whooped too, possibly if this nigga anger management classes. So the setup is already in play before she shot his ass. And it's not that she planned on killing him, but it's if I have to kill him, I got this paperwork to back that I did what I was supposed to do before it got to this point.
But the girl in the 54-year-old scenario, the Les Play scenario, she's the one that went to jail for 2 years, right?
In Land's situation?
No, the one that just kicked the door in.
No,
her story.
She didn't go to jail for 2 years.
I'll come in a minute.
That was Atlanta's story.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah, he was just giving us
because I'm having a
further
conversation with my
details.
friend.
He was just giving us further.
Yeah, he was giving us a
details on
comparison.
Malcolm.
Yeah, I appreciate the comparison.
Yeah, because he wouldn't have kicked that door in knowing she got a gun.
He keeps flipping back and forth like he did in the debate. He's switching back and forth to the real story and then his real story.
I'm talking about the story that happened with them.
Timeline.
I'm saying that dude, if that dude would have knew she purchased the gun, he wouldn't have kicked that door in. So she had to do it in the midst of him
She was in her room.
Type of therapy.
Yeah. Yeah, she was in her room. So he obviously didn't know she even had a gun probably. He didn't even think she probably had a gun.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she kept that secret. Yeah.
But she probably, like Lynn said, she probably got it after they done broke up. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, we ain't together no more. You ain't here. I need something to protect myself with.
Oh, shit.
Well,
they got a face-off with Dr. Dumar versus Dr. Devin.
Yeah, that's funny.
You stupid.
No, it's for real. They got one for real.
I know they do, but that shit, they paid it, but they getting out the They going too hard on that.
Yeah, the face-off. Tonight, bro. 6 p.m.
Bruh, I'm not watching that shit.
9 Eastern.
If it was really them, I would watch it. But
I'm not watching. That's why it's coming. Yeah. But then them niggas in real life, man, there ain't nothing to even. I'm glad they ain't responded to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because there ain't nothing to even be beefing about. Dr. Umar stepped into his lane, and you know what I'm saying, I guess to fix his reputation of being a whore, a male whore.
No. That is not what happened.
Come here.
So you saying if I'm sitting
over here ain't been doing no.
Bruh. So you saying if
relationship
I'm
therapy about no women?
Are you done?
Go ahead.
Okay, so you sitting there saying I got 2 points. Now, if I'm sitting over here talking about you, unbeknownst to you, Klein, you ain't did shit to me. We ain't never ran across each other paths. Like you said, we in 2 different lanes. And then out of nowhere, this nigga, because he want to disrespect this woman that comes off as though she's conscious, he brings your name up and says, oh, this woman want a nigga who respects black women basically just because they're black women. But shit, when you talking about the same black man that got this many baby mamas, I know rich motherfuckers with a whole bunch of baby mamas too. Why you acting like these so-called high value men don't have issues? But what he's saying is, if this nigga got enough money, you better take this. And don't say nothing.
You gonna let him disrespect you like that, Future?
Now, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna sit here and say I glorify neither one of them niggas or romanticize neither one of them niggas to the point that I sit here and be like, oh, I follow either one of them blindly. But I caught what happened because I had started checking out some of the stuff that Kevin Samuels was saying, and he says a lot of truthful shit. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie just because he says some truthful shit and not sit here and act like I ain't see what I seen. He brought Umar up, and Umar didn't have shit to do with the conversation. And then here it is now.
I think the girl said something about Umar.
No,
because he was complaining. He said that all these women be DMing me and emailing me, talking about talk to us like Dr. Umar.
No.
And he got mad.
No, that's where you're wrong. Unless you find that video, I think he said something to the nature of these women want me to talk to them like Dr. Umar. He didn't say them women be emailing him saying talk to him.
Hey, Taz did a video. Y'all niggas should probably good. That shit was funny. If this nigga child support shit is crazy, bro.
Taz was finna say something. Hold on, real quick.
Oh, Taz in here? I ain't know that shit.
Yeah, he was finna ask.
Yeah, no, I was finna say when that shit was going on, that nigga said he was talking and wasn't. He's the one who said women want me to talk like Umar Johnson.
So he dissed that nigga for no reason.
Yeah, and then he went into the little fake Umar acting like him. He did that shit.
Yeah, start mimicking that shit.
They doing that shit to Umar. They do that shit to like Derek Jackson. Anybody that's on the opposite side of them. You know, I ain't no fan to these niggas, but
I get what
like
you
they're
saying.
not innocent. They've been saying niggas' names that way.
And they basically treat these men like, okay, Sharif. You know how niggas be like, shut up, Sharif, that little shit from Minister Society or some shit. Like, they basically treat the conscious black male like that. You feel me? So if you're not fitting into the mainstream of how they want black men to act US to try to rise up and be in competition with the white man and shit, like, well, not be in competition, be just like him. You feel me? If you're not on that shit, if you're not following the motto, then they gonna mimic you like shut up Sharif. And that's what they basically try to do to Umar. And that's what popped this shit off. Like, oh, okay, you just gonna call me out? Like, and like, nigga, you don't even seem like you like women. Like, I ain't heard too many people talk about that shit.
I mean, Kevin?
Yeah, like, that's why you called out his name first.
But that
that's why
nigga
you called out his name first, because you got the same vibes.
No, that's because he's often accused of being gay, but he's done defended.
No, go ahead, Taz, say your thing, bro, because you did the report on it. Let's hear what you got.
Yeah, I've been calling that nigga gay since 2019, bro. Like, that shit motherfucker now. He been in this space doing that shit, rocking little cutouts, pink shit and feminine shit, getting on here saying weird, strange shit. Like, these are the type of niggas they used to say, get away from women. Like telling 50-year-old men.
Wait, no, hold on, man. Slow down. God damn. Smart people think so fucking fast and talk so fucking fast, and then they bring up 75 points in 1 minute. How can you bring up 75 points in 1 minute? That's a point and a half.
That boy cold, boy. He cold.
Listen, man. Hold on. You said you've been calling us a feminist since 2017 or some shit.
19. I came to YouTube.
19. And then you be saying funny shit. Okay, so now tell me, you say you think he gay because of what now?
Okay, so let me say it like this so you don't get it confused. He asked another man what his size was.
You know what size he's talking about?
Yeah, his penis size, but I'm saying that
that's a end to that.
No, who, me?
It should be. Now, if you're gonna tell me you be asking people that, then we'll be getting.
No, I'm saying he's not like a gangster genius. He's not a gangster genius though. This dude is like a Urkel nerd, so he don't know.
He's not though. No, he's not. He's not.
Man, he's too old to be Urkel, dude.
He's a liar, bro. Like, he's not a Kappa. The nigga didn't graduate from college. The nigga been lying about all this shit. He ain't none of that shit. He's just a regular ass nigga that was broke, living off his fucking baby mama, and now he didn't get a lick off these YouTube niggas.
Wait. When was he living like that?
Man.
The last documentation shows 08.
Documentation. Okay, so
niggas don't do this shit without no proof.
Oh, slow down. Slow the fuck down. Got that nigga divorce decree, nigga. Oh, why you so mad? Okay, now so I'm trying to
come in the court of my yard.
No, I'm trying to have a conversation. So all that extra shit, just leave it to the side. What I'm trying to figure out is because he's been lying about growing through the corporate world and making $15 million in the corporate world.
All of that is lies.
Son of a gun.
You broke your happiness.
That's crazy.
Expose your ass, bro. That nigga wasn't never doing it. That nigga was working for Instacart in 2017.
Oh my God. He's supposed to have been a boss corporate nigga.
No,
he reinvented himself. See, that's why I be talking about these Urkel niggas, right? They know how they don't mind being fake. Like, that don't bother them at all. If it's for the bag, you know what I'm saying? He just reinvented his whole image.
It's called
made up a whole life.
Right.
And he was a corporate boss who only hired black people and whipped all the white teams in New York.
Yeah.
That's what he said on Joe Budden show. He got documentation that he was working for Instacart, nigga.
That's insult for you to say. That is not pro-black, and he don't care about hiring black people.
He is not pro-black at all.
You know what type of insanity it takes to do that?
He's from the anti-woman
code. Different level.
One of these anti-black women.
Man, you need to tag Joe Budden to your video. You got a video exposing his career?
I think Joe Budden's already know. If you look at that interview, bro, that interview wasn't even done in the place where they interview men. That interview was done to interview women, bro. I think he tried to throw a slight at Kevin Samuels. He interview him in the regular room where they interview other men. That nigga got interviewed in the girls' room. Go look at the background of the room where they interview.
Oh, hell no. I got to see that.
This nigga lying, man.
Cloud,
Trying to do anything for cloud, nigga. Trying to do anything for cloud, nigga.
I'm an investigative journalist, bro. You can't slip shit, man.
Yeah,
he's a forensic journalist. This nigga. How you gonna get past the SBDL, nigga? This is impossible.
He own that shit, nigga. He own that.
See what? The reason why
it is the same. Oh my god.
Go ahead. On here a few years ago, in 2019, it was telling motherfuckers tax gold money from this motherfucker and that, and so they would start repeating that shit again in 2020, and it's all lies. It was all fake. So I snapped on some shit like, all right, well, whoever involved, nigga, I'm gonna get your ass. And so the niggas that went over there and got in it, and this was before he blew up. So now he's a kid. And he got
was one of the niggas. Yeah, because he used to bang on
me. He was part of the group that was fucking with me and my wife, though. You know what I'm saying? So he got his name and his status now, but he was part of that same group of men that was fucking with my wife. And it's like, well, shit, ain't no getting around that shit, bro. You got a name, you growing, we growing with you, nigga. Watch this.
Damn. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's
really fucking believable. I want to believe you so badly.
Shut up, son.
I put out no receipts, nigga. It's receipts everywhere.
I know you don't got nothing but receipts, nigga. That's why I know. I know you telling the truth.
Man,
I ain't even got to review this shit.
They said that nigga his wife was supposed to fuck out his student.
That's crazy. It takes a special.
These niggas hate women though, bro. Like that's where he's
sanity to do shit like that.
That's why a lot of us just don't respect it, because he's one of these niggas that's been talking shit about women for years. Now he doing this little advice shit, but we know where that shit come from. It ain't for the benefit of women. He been shitting on women for the last 2.5 years, and now you done hit, and so now you change your kind of scheme around and whatnot. But like some people will say, well, he's telling the truth. It's like, yeah, but it's truth with a twinge of hate on it, though. He don't like it. So the truth that he says is going to be followed up with an insult, belittling her.
Hold on. No, I got to figure this out. Because if he'll go this far,
you finna go further, though. I just got a quick thing to say to that.
Okay.
Like, I get what you're saying, because it's like he's cloaking the way that he dislikes women in the truth of how Western society is set up. It don't mean that it's right, but he's basically like, okay, well, this is how society is. You got to deal with it. But we black people, we set our own culture. We don't sit here and mistreat our women because Western society say, oh, well, shit, if she want to be your woman and you making this amount of money, she got to kiss your feet. Like, come the fuck home. No, come on, man.
So this is what I'm trying to say. If he'll go this far, nigga, then the woman ain't he supposed to be married or something?
No.
Huh?
Say it again.
I don't think he is now.
I said, ain't he supposed to be married or dating a young lady, like 27, 25-year-old young lady or some shit like that? 30.
No. That was all fake, bro.
That's exactly what I was getting at. It said, I know it's fake. It got to be 100% fake. Because if he'll go this far, bang on you. He used to bang on men first. Then he started banging on women. He never worked in the corporate space for 20 years, like he said on Joe Budden's podcast. And that means that his dating a woman is completely fake, and 100% he's 100% pure gay. He don't like women at all.
Yeah, I don't think
you ain't lied that many times and then expect me to believe you heterosexual or even bisexual.
Yeah. I don't know too many men that everything they got to say about a woman is fucked up. Every time you open your mouth, nigga, it's something fucked up to say. Like, God, you don't have no decent experience, nigga. Every time you say it's fucked up.
Because he never had no decent experience with no woman. He probably never been in a relationship with no woman. See, and that's why he got so much pull out in public.
But see, Kev was married twice. That's the thing with him. He was married twice. So he's doing the like kind of the
down low bisexual
in that regard. You know what I'm saying? Where you used to be married, so you're the expert now because you was married before.
So that's on paper. And he was married twice.
And he was married, hell yeah. He was married twice. That's what I'm saying. That's how we know he was living off his wife though.
He said living off his wife.
Bro, on some real shit, bro. On that divorce decree, that shit said that nigga was bringing home $800 a month, and she was bringing home $2,600.
God damn.
He's supposed to be a millionaire.
I believe it, bro. They said that nigga used to be like a person that helped size you in the men's warehouse and shit. Like that nigga wasn't making no money like that, bro.
Yeah, that shit's on his channel, bro. That was what his channel was originally about. Then they used to go to like Lazarus and Sears and them type of places and review colognes and shit. Yeah. That was the channel. This high value shit started.
And high value is a cloak for saying if you want a motherfucking nigga that's living like a so-called Western society white man.
I never seen no insanity that high recently here.
Any giving men an excuse to mistreat women, like that shit is no different than when like you see them Arabian men that want to like get beautiful women just so they can try to take a shit on them, embarrass them, or make them feel less. Like, so they feel like I got into an argument with not an argument, just basically said my cousin on how I feel about that shit. Like I have a problem with people who can only entertain themselves or feel better about themselves at the expense of other people. Like I nobody got time for that shit. You move the fuck around.
Yo, Thanos, snap your finger and get Kevin Samuels up out of here.
But they ass niggas only Kevin Samuels Thanos, nigga.
Man, I'm Thanos, nigga. Kevin Samuels just on the he just occupying a little space right now.
But we need that motherfucker to be there. You need that motherfucker to be there so you be like
you got the conversation going. I appreciate that.
No, not that. I'm saying do the opposite of what Martin Luther King did to Malcolm X. Cause now you got that contrast for your woman. Like, okay, you can deal with a nigga on the come up and a nigga making some shit shake, but got respect for my woman. Or you can sit over here and deal with this nigga that so-called got everything and he don't got no respect for your ass. Man, you just the object in his movie, nigga.
How many views you got on them expo pages of
hold on, Clem. Your Thanos talking.
Nah, I'm saying I listened to that weak ass nigga a couple times, man. He really don't pose no threat to a real nigga, man. You know what I'm saying?
You know?
Yeah, you know, like I don't know, but I guess to a sucking niggas, that's why they talking about him. Like he putting a I guess he putting a dent in their game or what. I don't know what the fuck. But him, I listen to that.
It's the opposite, Black Charm. What he's
That's
doing,
why nigga don't like him. He out.
Turning niggas into hateful men that don't want to be with women. That shit no one. It's, you know what I'm saying? So, he's not in regard to taking your woman. He's a threat in regard to telling men that it's okay to beat a woman's ass. That's people.
Hold on, no, you getting into domestic discourse.
Why did like everybody in that space, everybody in that space on some stuff and shit. The nigga who taking advice, the nigga who considering that happened.
Man, come with your mic muted.
Yeah, all on some sucker shit, man. You know what I'm saying? This nigga telling niggas it's okay. This nigga telling niggas okay. This nigga thinking it's sound advice, and this a chick who feel like all them niggas some saucy niggas. Everybody on some bullshit.
Yeah, so I get what you saying on that. Yeah. Damn, you got a hell of a report right there.
You get this high level of notoriety, and you hate black women per se, it just make it for outside groups to come in and start talking about baby
black men hate
mothers and all that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Is he getting paid alimony?
Huh?
Is he getting paid alimony?
No.
Okay.
That's
so
what
he taking the place. He taking the place of Steve Harvey and 90-day trial. You know, I don't know what the fuck. I just be thinking like a lot of them cats who be on that kind of shit, like say for Kevin Samuel, to me, if I listen to him a few times, I equate him with Steve Harvey. Like, nigga, you can't give me relationship advice and you don't went through 10 different marriages. You know what I'm saying? You nigga can't tell me about no shit about being married and you can't keep one going.
Bring it out.
You know what I'm saying? And then when I look at Kevin Samuel, like, nigga, you ain't no ooh wee wild nigga. Hey man, the nigga Floyd Mayweather had napping like mine and he got Bugattis and shit. You get your ass up out of here with that sucker shit you keep, man. You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying we talking about how value everything Floyd Mayweather got costs way more than anything any one of us think about. So his value ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? His high value shit. I just say this nigga, him, the niggas that listen to him and the women that listen to him, everybody on some sucker shit, and they can't do that. They don't pose no threat, no fear. You know what I'm saying? Like a chick who about her business, she don't even know who the fuck he is. You know, like a woman who got confidence in herself, whether she where a motherfucker might say fat, black, and ugly, that chick might got her confidence out of this roof, and her life is enjoyable. She don't know who the fuck Kevin Samuels is with his high value shit. And when she go places, motherfuckers know she come in the room. You know what I'm saying? So I guess it's for a nigga who needs somebody to look up to. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no swag about yourself, so you're gonna find Swall Boss on the internet. You're gonna find Goldmine Taz or Claim on the internet and say, okay, that's somebody I could be like. And I think that it's cool to, you know what I'm saying, if you ain't never had no big homie to help you with your identity. But I think it's some sucker shit too at the same time, because you're supposed to just seek your, I don't know, man. He's like 40 plus years old though, Black John.
Kevin, oh, you talking about us on the family?
You have a big homie at 15, 20. But like once you get 40, y'all supposed to be able to give equal advice, bro.
Right.
Them just following this program.
Right.
How you 60 looking for?
So we done been through it. I'm talking. We've got more experience than a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? Just this fella right here.
I don't know, man. So like, is he like the paradox to Tommy Sotomayor? Tommy, I'm telling you, bro, all these niggas that's from that little sector, bro, they are little Tommies. They little Tommies. Like Tommy is the progenitor, and them niggas like new versions of him.
Right.
Yeah, right. Okay, I got you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I remember when Tommy was banging when he was nobody pretty much. He was over there in the Truth Seekers group on Facebook banging with us. And we used to have to correct him every day. This nigga was ratchet, super ratchet. Gay as for all outdoors, right? And then he had the nerve to mention an Israelite girl.
So how he pull away?
Goddamn hang that man.
So how he pull away from all y'all though? Like if y'all was all in the same group, how did he take off from past y'all?
That's the point. Fancy edits, get you a microphone, sit in that house, that pretty house, and you know what I'm saying, make it happen. Get your edits together, allow people to call in and talk shit with people all day. That's all you got to do.
You can't diminish that part about the women though, bro. If he was respecting women like that, he wouldn't have support.
He wouldn't have no views at all.
Like you got to be whipped down, you know.
Hold on. Let me get this. Let me correct this now, because you're talking crazy. Now all these comedy shows out here, and comedy couples and shit, they be loving on each other, pranking each other and shit like that. There ain't no women hate nowhere in sight. And they got millions and millions of views. You know what I'm saying? Pootie Pie don't never bang on no one. He just
but okay, so
but
even
notice
if you
what you said, they
in a
banging
joking
on
way,
each other.
even if you say Tommy doing it in a jokingly way, even if you say he doing it in a jokingly way, claim he took off on y'all. When you say the name of the group, he took off on y'all, nigga.
But you know why he took off,
Truth
DJ?
stickers.
The reason why he took off, DJ, because like through us being abused for so long as a people, bro, a lot of us have become familiar with pain and embarrassment to the point where we are gluttonous for pain. So we line up to hear a motherfucker talking shit about us before we line up to hear somebody talk good about some black people. You feel me? We've all been programmed to think that's entertainment. To the point of if a nigga sitting out here glorifying each other.
Somebody else out.
Yeah, somebody, you know. Yeah. Somebody gonna bust up while y'all niggas over here having a kumbaya moment. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I feel like he dogging out women, he dogging out everybody, and folks just entertain that shit. Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah, because secretly we all feel like that about ourselves and other people. You feel me?
You know, when I fully accepted, I already knew he was gay from the beginning.
Well,
but
some people
when I fully accepted that he finally was exposed outside of his closet that he lives in, is when he banged on that.
I'm talking about the talking shit about everybody.
Nah, you know that
woman that got through a car accident with.
Yeah, Tommy
when that black woman got into a car.
DJ,
I gotta defend. We're trying to get everything to be clearly heard.
Nah, bro. You gotta defend that shit, because you ain't gonna defend. You ain't gonna defend.
I don't know the nigga like that. I'm just saying, like the shit that I hear about the nigga is he have
you ain't getting out of that shit, DJ.
Allow everybody to speak clearly, bro.
I hear about him.
Come on, Dano. Don't make me snap my finger, brother.
And all the chicks that's in front, all the chicks he fuck with just some gullible chicks. I ain't heard that about him being no bite boy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So look, DJ, just because you don't lay down with no man don't mean you ain't borderline gay. When you mistreat a
you talking about a bitch nigga. That ain't gay. He just a sucker.
Oh, no. I'm talking about how he got exposed outside of the closet that he lived in whenever a black woman...
He on another level, go, man. Claim on another level.
Claiming over me, dude.
My bad. Claim on another level, go, man.
I'm saying, when that black woman ran into his truck and he went pure, full, I'm talking about snapping fingers, rolling neck gate, cussing her out, calling her all types of bitches. That nigga lost it, boy. He was thoroughly exposed outside of that motherfucking closet.
Right. To me, that's borderline gay too. When you see a woman, but you don't see a woman, like that's because you don't perceive her the way I do. When I see a woman, I perceive her as the provider of my future, as far as bringing children into this world. So with that being said, as far as being volatile with her, that shit take a lot for me to compute to go there with her. So with that being said,
the nigga Tariq pulled down on him in person.
That nigga ain't had shit to say.
Nothing at all.
Yeah, that's how I found out about him. Cause I was on Tariq channel, not Tariq channel, but I be watching DJ Vlad, and
oh yeah, you seen it?
Yeah, nigga pulled up on the nigga. He was like, "What's all that? What's all that shit you were talking?"
He started saying,
"What you mean? What shit he was talking?" So I'm thinking the nigga Tommy like like a manager, or one of them kind of niggas.
Right,
and I go watch the nigga pay. He on there. He got polite on that channel shit when I started first watching that channel. I'm like, oh, this nigga know. I said, this nigga know a lot of motherfuckers there. Who the fuck this nigga ass is? I started watching that channel a little bit. Then Israel Doctrine got at him, and Lex Quartet got at him.
I'm like, damn, everybody hate this nigga. Everybody just hate. I'm like, everybody is hating the hell out this man. Like, and then when I sit back and listen to him, I'm like, he ain't doing that, but just he got a channel roasting folk. I don't, I'm like, okay, but some of the jokes will be funny and some of them be like, they'll be cool, you know what I'm saying? And then then he be talking about, he don't never really get into no conscience.
You saw the game here late. He wasn't just roasting people, but that nigga was going dig up stories about black women who get killed by black men and niggas killed her, and you know what I'm saying? Tell stop fucking with black women and leave black women alone and
making up his own storylines and shit about real shit.
Yeah, see, I ain't even getting I ain't heard nobody break down his videos like that. The shit that I seen was niggas talking about the chicks he fooled with, and he got it. He be walking around in his shorts with his children over here. I'm like, some bullshit. Just, some nose and shit. I ain't heard what you said. Now that's some bullshit. If you doing that though, just digging up folks.
That's how he. Black Charm. That's how he started. See, Tommy, one of these niggas who started really, really low. I'm talking about nigga. He was dragging black women, saying it was cool. He support George Zimmerman. You know, so he came in the game like that. Once he blew, he started pulling back on some of that shit. But of course, he still got some of the fan base. But yeah, he
sound like a nice guy now.
But But listen though, this is what happened. This the problem though. Mm-hmm. Once Tommy moved out of his own lane, all these other niggas started trying to move in it. That's why you got all these basically hate black women platforms, because everybody want to be the new Tommy.
Yep.
So Tommy doing something different now? What Tommy doing?
Well, Tommy's he's even get out now. Well, that's what I'm saying. He's evened it out. It's not about dragging black women and shit no more. Tommy platform ain't necessarily doing what he used to do with black women. He'll say some shit here and there, but that nigga shit used to be every video about black women. Now he's to start to expand, and other people saying, well, shit, I do that black women shit. So every video they do is about black women. You know what I'm saying? He motivated the audience. Tommy?
He be talking about
Tommy trying to go mainstream. Tommy trying to go mainstream. So he just did an interview on Fox a few months ago and shit like that. And, Tommy calls himself a comedian. So, he's trying to go mainstream with an acting job.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I seen him on that white man show.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, everybody ain't shouted like, who the fuck this nigga is? Then, I'm like, I still don't know who the fuck he is, like how he got famous and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you know Vivica Fox, how you on TV, and Tariq Nasheed did that. I'm like,
it ain't nothing but that mic. And number that mic and a nice crib.
And they got to be more than him saying something about something.
The same goddamn thing every day. That's all you gotta do.
But look,
don't never talk about nothing else but the same goddamn thing.
Tommy shit didn't come from having good equipment though. Tommy is the progenitor. What I'm saying is,
I didn't say good equipment.
Started this shit. So it don't matter what he had. That nigga was walking in his room with his phone doing videos. Like there was nobody before him doing this shit.
Oh, that's how he got famous people watching him and shit.
Okay, so
that nigga didn't have shit when he started.
So it's only the topic. He would stick to one topic every single day.
Yeah, talking about black women.
Black women, nigga, that was the topic.
And then it made up all people watching it.
Yeah, right. I was just going to say that. Bro. He called the PC-1000 and said they cyborgs and bots and shit.
Well, I had a Puerto Rican man come up on me.
Look, we're bagging on last master teachers. You better let's stop.
I don't give a fuck. But look, fuck that nigga and anybody who listen to that shit.
Lance getting offended.
Who your master teacher?
The high creator.
Nigga, stop that shit, nigga. You know
Hey, y'all don't watch that.
Hey, you a big fan of Tommy, ain't you, Lance? Tell the truth.
No, I never seen a video. Yeah, do y'all watch Snoop Dogg? Do y'all watch Snoop Dogg podcast?
Nah, what you be talking about?
Not really. I mean, the same shit like Thomas Sotomayor. He just freshening that nigga.
Damn.
Nah, I don't
gotta be kidding, man.
Thank you for telling me, because I won't.
Hey, bro, I just he just talk about shit on the news, like, you know what I'm saying? He talk about shit on the news, and then he have a couple of guests and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but you know, that's what I see. Like, I be seeing, like, when I watch them, like, in my life, to be honest with you, I watched them probably about 3-4 times. And every time all times I watched him, it was like he would go on the World Star somewhere and pulling stories talking about it. Like, some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
That's the new Tommy. That's what I'm saying. The old Tommy, nigga, he came with stories of black women stealing weed. This black woman shot another bitch. And, you know what I'm saying? He that type of nigga, bro, where every story he did based on something
he bad. He must have video down or something.
Yeah, he must
be. Got taken, bro. A lot of them got taken. Tommy probably on his 30th channel, nigga.
Yeah, them black women were flagging his ass, and black men, I was flagging his ass.
I know he had debated.
He had to get back to that money, though.
He debated Israel. He debated Polite. He debated Lex.
He got fired on at the Sarnetta event.
He got stabbed in Sarnetta show.
He got stabbed.
He just hit me.
He was
that was not. He got sprung on.
And actually, if you go back to that moment, if you look at everything before that, nigga, that's when he was doing all that capping on black people.
Yeah. My brother say that nigga like.
That's what I'm saying. See, I got hit from Tariq Nasheed, but Tariq Nasheed was just calling him crispy, this, that, and the third. And you know, when you go to his channel, you don't see, I mean, I ain't seen
why though.
They should never beef though, because they were doing the same shit. So that was a fake beef to me.
Then Tariq Nasheed talking about he was an ex-pimp. See, I stumbled up on Tariq Nasheed with just on the, I was Googling some shit about pimp. You know what I'm saying? And I stumbled up on that nigga. About pimp. Yeah, about 2011, 2012. Yeah, I stumbled up on that nigga. Tariq. Mm-hmm.
See, that's
that's what Tariq Nasheed. That's what Tariq Nasheed was talking about. Tariq Nasheed was asking him about some money for a move, and then he was like, and then I watched Tommy. He was like, what the name of his movie was?
Upless America.
Yeah. About kids growing up, about black men not having chances, and they end up in certain places. There ain't no father in the home, and women end up in certain places because there ain't no dad in the house. But then I beg to differ with them. I'm like, nigga, I know my dad. I grew up with my dad to say in a certain extent, but hell, he ain't stay with us.
I don't like that point.
That's how you was
that put out non-productive children, bro.
That's how you was influenced to do music, though.
My father.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, cause hell, we still went to church. He still came and got our motherfucking ass.
Well, at what age do you get where that shit ain't allowed to be an excuse no more, though? That's my problem with it.
Right.
What age do you get where you got to hold your own edge for the shit that you did?
Right, because by the time I got to a teenager, I was pretty much trying to dodge my mama and my dad, like my older brother.
I tell motherfuckers that shit all the time. You can't blame my mom for shit after 14, nigga.
Hey, then you got older siblings. I'm finna come spend the night on y'all house. Mama trip. Hit your man's over here.
Well, I guess I don't know that part because I don't have no brother, direct.
Ain't got no big cousin, none of them came to the rescue. Nobody come to the rescue.
Yeah, ain't nobody come to the rescue. That's what I'm saying. Niggas just out here, bro. When you get in trouble, you just in trouble, nigga. Ain't no fallback. Ain't no fallback plan. Ain't nobody to help you, nigga. Nobody want no smoke with mom, so ain't nobody gonna say, hey, he came over here.
Hey, my brothers don't used to always got
I'm gonna put that button on your phone.
Hey, for some reason, hey, listen, I was over my brother house one day I supposed to came straight home from school. I'm at his house. I'm in there playing the game. I'm on that motherfucker. Jay killing that shit. Why, Jay? I am in the back of my head. I'm thinking that one, boy, I'm finna kill y'all nigga. Turned around here with my mama. Bring your dumb ass.
My mama was so tough. she really wanted to die for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? She would walk up on niggas with guns and back them down and be like, "Anybody scare you?"
Oh yeah. So
I'm on the phone.
Dice gang at all. Ain't around the Dice gang at all. Clank got his ass kicked.
Ain't nobody scared of you. You know what I'm saying? She'd be backing down niggas with guns and shit. I was like, God damn.
No, that's how them women was back in the day, though. Some older women were like that.
That's how I finally figured out about years later. I said, it's the fear that is the only way you can get hurt. Because
they
how the hell these niggas backing down?
That's what they were thinking about.
Yeah.
Shit, I fear God more than I fear you. And they thought it was a sin to fear other men.
What do y'all think about the climate of the entertainment? Like, the people that's most famous are junkies and strippers.
I appreciate
hold on,
that
boy. Let them finish the context.
It's 2 men. The climate of entertainment.
Nope, that is not it. Finish the context of what you said.
Yeah.
Start over.
Good.
I was saying, what do y'all think about the climate of entertainment or programming? I would say, when you got junkies, strippers, con men, con women all run the game. From, and on the con, they go all the way from goddamn, I can fix your credit to goddamn, I can make
I'm finessing.
Yeah, finessing. What do y'all think about the climate of life? I would say, I ain't gonna even say entertainment, I say the climate of life right now.
Well, let me start off by congratulating Juicy J and Jay-Z for apologizing for their ratchet music.
Y'all ain't gonna get the money back.
They didn't give him the money back.
Apologize for ratchet music, nigga. He apologized for Big Pimpin', one song, and said he couldn't figure out why he said that shit. Which is stupid to me because, nigga, that's like, that's his biggest song ever. Is he gonna get the money back? That's his biggest song ever. Well, no, bro. Beyonce is she gonna apologize for single ladies, independent women? Right.
Bill.
And then his engineer said, had it not been for Big Pimpin', his career. He said, no, they were the engineer. They were Rambo said. Y'all can pull it up on the internet. Rambo said, if it weren't for Pimp C, 8 bars. 8, not the whole, he ain't doing no whole 16, 8 bars. He said, I rap on this old funk ass record. And if it weren't for hit 8 bars, Jay-Z career would have been in limbo.
Yeah.
The biggest song
he had them cross over to the South.
Right. The biggest song Jay-Z ever had and the biggest verse known from is Pimp C verse. I'm like, what the fuck? And then and then Jay-Z said too, shit, he could just go do his show, Pimp C verse.
DJ. If I
hold that mic out there,
I would still be robbing stages, covered down, pushing daily. Don't know why they pay me. And what you know about the
how calls at the mall.
And he was snapping, dog.
I'm like,
hey, you weren't lying, though.
And say the boy had the record for damn near 10 months.
Yeah, and he almost didn't make it to the damn
Okay, now I started it off like that, but then
damn, Clan, you do that shit all the time. Yo, most
of the gold mine was in the mode.
When you look at the new people, man, they is ratchet as hell. And then say, blame your parents.
You ain't answering the question, nigga.
But Keisha Lance Bottom said, I don't have no control of my own house.
Second answer to the question. Now that I think about it, nigga, you started off answering. You talking about Juicy J and all that shit.
I had to get props first.
No, you done, dude.
But then I had to say the bad. I got to get the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I got a third answer after I give the bad.
Man, this nigga over here giving an award speech and shit. Nobody got time for that shit.
I was just putting food for thought out there. I guess y'all can continue with the idea. I got a
session. Man, I ain't gonna talk about that shit for another 3 hours. I ain't gonna let nobody else talk.
No, that's a good topic.
The climate of life. Yeah, the climate of life is that's programmed.
Real quick, before you leave, I feel like, you know, life is just became what it was when I was born. Like, you know, people kept on talking about keep it real, keep it real. Now niggas is keeping it too real. You know, it was already a finesse at first. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna do a video tomorrow about keeping it too real, man. That's them little drill music Chicago niggas, bro.
Keeping it too real.
Niggas wildin', bro. Like niggas stop to listen to some of that shit. These niggas come out going piss on niggas' graves and
I just look at the results. 200 on one video.
All right, fellas, I gotta go.
Died last year.
All right, DJ.
All right, peace.
What'd you say, Clay?
200 rappers last year in one video, and that's just probably all he could see, if he could find. You know what I'm saying? I can't remember how many more died.
That's what happened when you tell somebody.
19 rappers this year died.
That's what happened.
Yeah, but
confused. Go ahead, Pat.
That nigga told these niggas, bro, fuck your homie, he dead. That's why he got shot in his head. And you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't like, bro, these niggas doing so much wild shit that my nigga it ain't no getting around. You gotta kill a nigga when you see him when they saying shit like that, bro. Right, went to the grave and pissed on your homeboy grave site, nigga, and then do a video of it. Put the video up on Twitter or IG. Like you gotta have that nigga when you see him.
That shit crazy, bro.
And, hey, I watched a video yesterday, Claim, where they took a dude casket up out of his funeral, bro. Like the family in there, they doing they 1-2, and nigga ops come in that bitch and pick the casket up and walk out with that bitch.
Damn.
I think they flipped that nigga over outside. I'm like, where the fuck did they go with that shit?
That's stupid.
Green 101 put 51 dead ops in the chat. See that shit right? That's what I'm talking about. Shit like that, bro. They going through naming 51 dead people and shit. 51 dead people. Just going through talking about them, like calling them niggas goofies and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like just unbelievable shit to where, again, if this your brother that's got killed to your cousin, nigga, bro, I'm gonna see you. I got to see you about that.
And imagine how sad of a world that these children must be, you know, faced to live in. For them to be like, you know what, I'm gonna make a song about this. Like, I wasn't thinking about making no songs about killing the motherfuckers that grew across town.
Or it was doing the song. It was just talking. It wasn't. We gonna kill the nigga for real, or
I'm saying I wasn't even thinking about it. But them niggas did it and then made a song.
Did it and then made a song. Describe the shit, bro.
You feel me?
Describing the shit.
Like that's a different level of insanity. So how I feel about it, like them niggas ain't even responsible for the shit they doing for real. They ain't far gone at this point.
They got
and that's why I always bring up that infantry shit.
They got some shit on there for some of these different little low key.
They need to do time in the mental ward and get that zombie juice.
Hold on, real quick, you about to say something intelligent. I'm finna say something real thuggish. Claim, fuck out of that. No, we need to get our soldiers geared towards what they need to be killing for. It ain't like you can't stop certain people from being born on this planet doing certain shit. But the problem is they done been geared to kill themselves and everything that look like that. It's blood that need to be drawn. But they drawing the wrong blood. You feel me? They don't even know they killing their family members. The majority of them being in Chicago are family members. I'm talking about so close related, like last generation. You know what I'm saying? Mamas is cousins, sisters. Like, shit crazy, bro. But that's why I say it's sad to even try to fathom what kind of world they must live in mentally for these kids to be going there. And I can only base that on how I viewed the world when I was young. You know what I'm saying? And it's worse for them because they're the escalation of our generation. In my generation, it was all about keeping it real. So now these niggas is really living that shit. Like you can't get mad at them for doing what the elders said.
That's why I say when they rapping about that shit, bro, like nigga, it's a video up here, man, where like they talking about 10 different murders on a fucking song, and motherfucker that went and found the news stories to go with them. The social media folks go with them, just kind of like wait, just to prove how they really rapping about shit that's really happening. You know what I'm saying? They ain't just giving you a scenario. telling you we went and was shot up this funeral, and the news story come across where the funeral was shot up. You know what I'm saying? They said we shot such and such in the face, and then the news story where the motherfucker got shot in the face from that neighborhood on that day. I mean, these niggas wilding with this shit.
Damn.
But that's the deep seated hurt. You feel me? Like hurt people, bro. And this hurt been going on for so long in our communities. Motherfuckers trying to get stripes off of hurting other people from how hurt they are. Like you can't fathom doing certain shit to people without, you know what I'm saying, already experiencing certain trauma, bro. To the point it's normalized to you. Like you like, bitch ass nigga, I'm gonna make you feel what's normal to me. So sometimes you hear me say, nigga, as much as you know, I know some people they deal with God or demons. You know what I'm saying? So technically, my ancestors would be demons to some people. So I tell them, motherfucker, quick, you can't deal with my demons. You can't, and I can't either. That's why when I say you dealing with my demons, when you finna deal with me, I ain't gonna lay a hand on you. But my ancestors gonna do some shit to you I wouldn't even imagine. I wouldn't even imagine to do or can't fathom to do because I'm so far removed, bro. I've been blessed to have children. I've been blessed to have my mother and my father come to me and admit certain things about, like, dang, bro, I used to think you was tripping, but now I see why you live the way you do and why you different. So when you get that kind of confirmation in your lifetime, it's kind of hard to shake the line that you pushing at that time. Like, I wasn't going to go nowhere anyway, but once you get that confirmation from your mama said knock you out. Like, y'all niggas is on the floor. You feel me? You on the floor with it at that point. Once your mama call you and ask you, basically like they said back in the church back in the day, what must I do to be saved? When your mama's sick and she don't know what to do, but she asked her son, it ain't no better honor than that, bro. That's when you have arrived. But if you can't reach back and help the motherfucker who gave you life, you can't collimate your time or the efforts that she put into you to where now it's a benefit to her life, so she has life more abundant, then I don't know what the fuck you talking about for real when you talking about that book. And that's why I go hard on some niggas about that book, but as you can see, I understand the concepts. I get the point. As we used to say as kids, I get the moral of the story. But I also get some people just perpetrating and no different than how I was in the street. I see a nigga false claiming, you gonna have to see me. Cause you ain't went through what we went through to be able to say this us.
Well, that was depressing. We got to get on
something.
Sure that was the second answer. That was the bad part. Now I want the ugly. I don't even want to talk about the ugly. I want to go on the.
You gotta find joy in knowing that you know the truth.
That was depressing. Yeah.
You gotta take joy in knowing that you know the truth. Because imagine being blind and dying. You don't even know what the fuck happened to you, what for, and none of that shit. Like that's gotta be torment. 1 minute you was somewhere, the next minute you just got took out of that shit. Like, what the fuck happened? So I would rather be able to see what's in front of me, which is the truth, than to not know. So don't feel bad when you know the truth. Count it all joy. Because you don't gotta walk through this life blind as fuck. Like that shit can't happen. And once you know something can happen, you can protect yourself from the potential.
You don't work.
People used to tell me that shit all the time. I'm gonna be like, quit talking about that stuff. You gonna scare somebody. Nah, nigga. I'm talking about it so you know it's a hurdle right there so you don't keep on trying to walk and keep falling on your face. Furthermore, if you learn how to put obstacles in your own way, you can build your confidence to where it's like, shit, nigga, I ain't worrying about what the world finna throw in front of me. I conquered so many obstacles before I step out the door to the point, nigga, that shit you think you throwing in front of me ain't shit. Ain't shit. Because as sure as I got past all the obstacles I put in front of me, them the obstacles you think you gonna stop me with, I already done geared my muscles for. I done geared my muscles to take that shit out. I say I'm happy with how society is headed, you feel me? All the shit that was finesse is being exposed, and all the shit that can't continue is being taken off the plate. It's off the menu. It ain't even there no more. So as far as the shit that we can't no longer exist doing, a lot of that shit getting taken out the way, and these kids seeing firsthand, like they not even getting another generation to keep doing the shit that they do. You feel me? If they fucking up, they get took out early. These kids ain't getting no no handouts or no second chances like that. So as much as it seems like they on some drugged out shit, like they finding out firsthand the error of their ways too, though. To the point, as much as you see people on one extreme, it's a whole nother extreme that these cats is on that you'll be like, man, I can't believe people are this amazing. So it's a lot of young folks out here that, man, young, middle-aged, old, is doing amazing things outside of this finesse and shit. It's a lot of people that are bringing some shit into reality that'll make you be glad to be alive. As well as brothers like, Taz that do journalism, Suave that do journalism, Claim that do journalism that bring out truth to keep people from walking around blind. So, what a time to be alive. That's how I feel about the shit. I wake up every day and be like, dang, never thought I would be so happy to keep learning shit. But believe it or not, learning is more fun than any comedy show, any football game you could try to take me to. And if it ain't for you, maybe you should program your mind because that's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be excited to learn. If you're not, it's because somebody has programmed you outside of your gift, which is intelligence. All the things that we think about great and that are great in other people, we possess all these same things, but we lack the time to exercise it. And a lot of the shit we don't even know because we focus on shit that ain't even really us or something somebody geared us to do. Oh, I would love for you to run up and down this court and do this for me so I can make millions of dollars out of people that's entertained by you playing a child game. Oh, it's not a child game? The kids play it too. That's where you start playing it at. But don't get me wrong. You gotta be in tune somewhere with your childlike self. Don't be taking life so serious that you don't be able to see the secrets in between. But don't get so caught up in being so serious about this shit that you take your career so serious that you leave what's important to you for real by the wayside.
And what's this T-Duck debate about?
That's a great question. Suave knows. Damn, what was T-Duck and what's the name talking about? I know it's gonna be good because T-Duck actually smart for taking this debate. Just me knowing Orthodox more and how he gonna come prepared. It's almost gonna be like a condition fight for T-Duck. Cause with him not going against Chris in the first round, just to give him a chance to, get some of the cobwebs off as well as go against a great opponent to where if he survived this shit without his ego being fucked up, he gonna be prepared for the rest of the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? He'll be right back.
Yeah. Just stopping you up, keep you on point. And like you say, it can't hurt you none. It don't hurt you at all. So
it don't.
Yeah.
And Orthodox Moor is pretty thorough, so he could stand to learn a few things from his technique by debating him. So once this is over with, he'll definitely be better from it regardless. The outcome.
He'll be back in the too. So picking up on their style and shit, who to.
Yeah, Orthodox is more hard. I ain't gonna lie. He's definitely one of them people that like he slides up under your block type shit because he comes from different angles. Like he's definitely somebody that's been privileged to see things from a different angle than most of us. So
kind of like Yeah, I had a pretty crazy with him. I can't wait to, because like I said, man, it seemed like some of the better debaters was outside the league this year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, they was here, but mid-season, you know, we had a little debacle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't wait till some of them get back, like I say, because, you know, I could tell, you know what I'm saying, it's the niggas that got it. They just think, you know, they judging, you know what I'm saying, maybe got busy or whatever this year, but shit, I'm here for the debate. You know, hopefully they want to get back in next year.
Sure, you definitely got a lot of people wanting to come back, so definitely looking likely. You feel me? The way a lot of y'all are.
The title is Ishmael or Israelites.
Okay. You hear that, Taz?
Ishmaelites are Israelites. In the beginning, they kept them. I don't know this. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, the winner of the debate is the one who competes. Because I pay attention to whoever.
You said the winner is who?
Whoever can teach me something.
Oh, teach you something. Okay, I respect that.
Because I don't know this. So
this topic, yeah.
Technically, you know, I would probably be a great judge for this thing.
Right.
We're gonna leave me, you know what I'm saying, with the question when I'm done that I can answer. Okay, this person was right. I'm going in blind.
I feel you.
And you know what I just realized about you, Taz? You got some history, right? You a great investigator, and I mean, you good at what you do.
That nigga's a nosy nigga. He know how to
hold on. Let me say what I'm saying. He good at what he do, right? Once you start getting like other topics under your belt, bro, you're gonna be a force out of this world, bro. Right now, you pop culture. Like nobody fucking with you in pop culture, at least in Soul Division debate.
Man, smack that nigga, dog.
Bro, hey, that might actually.
That's true.
But that might actually be a compliment to him, because he probably ain't saying not to be, you know, mainstream, but to know that you see it as though he's covering the broad spectrum. That's what's up.
Yeah, go back on his page and check him out. That nigga's pop culture, bro. As soon as it drops, you know. But when you say pop culture, I think you got to be careful, because see, a lot of that points back to like white society.
Yeah, that's why I tried to clean that up.
Well, of course, in the black community, bro, pop culture amongst us. We're the culture.
Yeah, he said basically you see in the broad spectrum. You feel me? Whereas some people are they got their lens focused on one little speck of the spectrum. That's
real.
That's all.
But that's why I started YouTubing though. I felt like everybody saying shit. It's news stories that don't nobody ever see, but y'all niggas doing the news. Everybody saying shit, but
I used to feel like that too as a kid. Like, man, come on, this can't be all the news, man. But
yeah, that's why I wanted, because like my show, I started like I wanted to cover the brother's daughter. You know what I'm saying? But like, I didn't want it to feel like it was the Kanika ordeal, because I figured, I was like, damn, there's other ways I could flip investing off the blue into, like, you know what I'm saying, investing time or investing in our youth and shit like that.
Blue.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So I don't have to stay in a box. I ain't like completely trapped. But I was like, I ain't want to like. Yeah, oh yeah, hell yeah. I was thinking about that too. I was like, I gotta do some open panels and shit.
Man, I gotta be honest. That motherfucking Kanika Jenkins shit had me, bro.
Man, had me.
That shit was scary, bro.
Had me, bro.
I couldn't watch it. Like, that shit made my spirit feel some type of way, bro.
Man,
like, watching that shit look weird, bro. I couldn't deal with it. I was like, after a while, it was draining my energy, bro.
Like, why am I attracted
I had to tell myself, I was like, I can't do it. Yeah, I'm watching it. I'm just lit nigga at 4 a.m. watching.
I'm like, man,
somebody walking a fucking hallway to an elevator. Yeah,
right. I'm slowing down the slow down video, nigga. I'm slowing down Like, hold up, nigga. Look, you know what it was though? Our journalist side was waking up at that time. So when we seen that story that we couldn't quite pinpoint, and we seen other people, you know, they doing their own version of journalism. They investigating from their angle. So For us, it was like shit. A lot of times for black people, we have to see other people do it. And once we see it, it awakens something in us, and we like,
I got into it because when I looked into the body, the organ harvest stuff, and I saw the history of the building that was across the street or, you know, around the corner. Yeah. I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
I'm surprised they didn't make a movie out of that shit. Like, you could literally make a movie out of all the scenarios people came up with. Like, really.
I done been around 4 High, bro. I ain't never seen nobody like that, bro. Like, that shit was different. I don't know what the hell going on, bro.
Somebody was walking her down the hall and they edited her out the video.
Yeah, it has to, bro, because the shit look different. Like, that's what I'm saying. Bro. Like, you could feel a presence next to it, bro, when you watching a video, but you see fucking nothing. Yeah, man. That's why I had to stop watching it. I was like, nah, bro.
But see, look, I feel like that would make a great movie because, like, if somebody if we can convince the person watching the movie, like, we set the scene enough to where they doing what Blue said, like, I seen somebody next to him. You feel me? You so convinced that it was somebody next to him to the point where we watch it, we see things as though like, no, I know. You feel me? Even though we don't see nothing, not to say if it was or not. But then let's say at the end of the movie, because this is what I got from that story, was at the end of that story or that movie to me was we were so quick to convict motherfuckers that look just like us. And all the while, the highest potential was of the organ harvest. Like, everybody was looking at the motherfuckers that was at the party with. Motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Whether we was talking about the hot ass chick.
Hold on, her organs was missing, bro.
Man, hold on, man. Look, we getting there. But whether we was looking at the hot girls that she was kicking it with, or the trap boys, or the robbers that was at the party, like, you know, they had us convinced that all these different characteristics of criminalized black people was the culprit. When here it is, it's a whole town where that shit goes on.
Man, motherfucker, like, look, in the glass is right there. The dude just what's the name? Kalika knocked out on the floor. You can see it in the girl's glass.
Yeah, on my life.
Bro, but tell me that wouldn't be a hard ass movie to the point you would be convinced before the movie over with. Yeah, all them niggas did that shit. Only to find out in the end, them niggas didn't have shit to do with it. They just was all so drunk and high and not paying attention to each other. Like, you know, usually back in the day, we used to always be like, bro, stay together when we go out somewhere. Like, nigga, we come together, we leave together. But nobody has told this generation that type of shit except for a select few that heard it from their parents that passed it down. But the majority, it's not a conversation.
But y'all think she was walking down that hallway alone?
Yeah, bro.
I can't say either way, honestly, because I've seen so much done with footage. I can't say either way.
I know that one girl that was walking down the hall. They showed her she was skinny, right? I don't know if it's a conspiracy, but the next time they showed her, the girl was thick as hell.
But the conspiracy, they covering up with some black people, but that's where it always lost me at. Is that the conspiracy claiming that you're covering for these teams and this and that, and that's why I never saw a conspiracy.
But it was a few conspiracies. They was like the people at the hotel was possibly the people that was, you know, helping with the harvesting and shit. So it would have been a cover for the white person, whoever owned the hotel. Or the Arab or whoever.
No, the harvest order
place was down
come from a rich person, and then they set it up in a hotel friendly that is cool with that shit. And then they get some young people to lower them up to the I lived there. I remember this shit. This shit happened in Rose, in the city. Already putting white people at place. But the biggest problem, bro, was that black activist, that Jebediah dude. He came out and said, I saw a video of her going in and blah, blah, blah. So he was the one who got our community started on the questions because he said he saw a video that we still ain't never saw. They never released the video that he claimed. So we still ain't seen that video, and it leads me to believe that video never existed. He was capping, bringing attention to himself, but what that ended up doing was getting these conspiracy theories started. That nigga claimed he seen a video of her going into the freezer and blah, blah, blah.
And that video never came out. We ain't never seen that video.
I forgot about that. You talking about where she walked downstairs drunk or whatever?
That's it.
She supposedly yours the rent. Yeah. I forgot about that.
Yeah, he said he claimed.
I seen the one where they was in the kitchen.
But they called themselves trying to cover their ass. They said the video that me and Blue alluded to was supposed to have been like a reenactment of what could have happened. Like, come on, make that shit make sense. Like, and then they went on later to say there wasn't nobody in the video who was imagining shit. Well, why the fuck you say it was a reenactment? At first, like, come on, bro. Like, it's more to that shit. I'll just say probably nobody will never know what the fuck happened with that shit.
Yeah, I always believe it's a level of cover up, especially when they don't know what happened. I got debate tomorrow, right?
Yeah, somebody.
The T-Dub debate tomorrow, right?
No, it's today.
No, that's A9 debate.
Yeah, somebody going home tomorrow. Yeah, make sure y'all come through. Today is T-Dub versus Orthodox. Moor are the Israelites. Tomorrow is where's it at? 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Anonymous Hebrew versus Maydonymous Hebrew, where there are over 100,000 slaves brought to the Americas. That is the playoff debate. Somebody will be moving on. Somebody passing on. Shout out to the league, man.
Ready to get that debate over with. I'll be glad when he shoots it. A9 definitely is ready to get that shit over. That nigga.
Hey, he just finna be maniacal with whoever else. Whoever will between. Ooh, Akmalak.
Akmalak and when is this debate?
Minister Hal. That's the 16th.
Oh, so Blue debate is Monday then.
Yeah, Blue debate is the day after tomorrow.
We got some back-to-back action happening here.
Oh yeah, I debate Monday. Yeah, I debate on Monday. Oh yeah, I got a little fair time split too on the plate. It's gonna get ugly.
He can't wait.
That's what I've been waiting on, man. We got 3 straight days of debate, man. That's great.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If he fucked up by not sending me a premise, now he's gonna have to defend Bill's nation. And how we go about doing it. He did.
Who you debating again, boo?
Battle.
Oh, damn. That's sad when they don't remember who you debating. That's like, cause see, for me, I don't forget people on purpose, so it might be a sign Blue gonna whoop that ass.
Well, he didn't send a premise, man, so that's already gonna put him in a box. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they specifically told you to send a fucking premise. Like, so you already asked him to be on the judge's bad side by not sending in a fucking premise.
Yeah.
Might as well not even show up, man. You already lost, man.
That's fun.
What makes me mad is his premise ain't even hard, yo. Like, your premise, we already know what your, like, come on,
it is hard for him.
The all statutes and commandments. Like, that's all he gotta do. He could have sent me 3 fucking words, bro. That's all I needed to see. He could have said 3 words, all statutes and commandments, and kept it fucking moving. I said, okay. But no premise at all, bro. Like, damn. I'm not gonna let you get away with that, bro. I'm gonna have to, like, now I gotta fucking box you in and look like an asshole because I'm gonna make you defend some shit you probably didn't want to.
Right.
That's fine.
Well, appreciate you because he's getting ready to send it in tomorrow now. And the same way you just said.
He sent it in tomorrow. The debate on Monday.
Man, that nigga Akmalak said.
I just got a premise.
Akmalak said, fuck that premise. Hey, Melvin got on the panel and said, Akmalak, all you gotta do is fuck that premise. I said, damn. Yeah, so his uncle feel like him. You already know that.
I wouldn't even say nothing though if it wasn't, but yeah, you already done put the window within this premise in. You're supposed to put it in 72 hours before.
Yeah,
so
3 days.
That shit dead.
Ovito.
Oh shit. I didn't know that. Yeah, so what happens when you don't turn in your premise?
Shit, you lose points in your premise round, and the judges aren't as clear on your argument as they could have been.
Mm-hmm. You don't have no premise, nigga. You better have a cold ass argument if you ain't got no premise, nigga. For real. That's where he's gonna die.
Not even bullshit.
Because this thing, his whole doctrine is based on building a nation, which is fine with me. So how do we go about building it? What's best for doing it? You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have trouble. You're gonna have trouble. You're gonna be able to do it part of it with following it. You know, whatever you're dealing with, it could play a major role. It could play a factor into it. But when you're creating what we got going on, it's better than what we already have. That's crazy. Who wouldn't want to create a player, bro? Like, that's just crazy.
Yeah, man, I fell asleep last night, man. I was being a little busy, but I hate I didn't get to hear the rest of that EMAC shit, bro. That was some wild shit, bro. Like,
I'm mad your ass didn't go up there.
Shit, I had dozed off by the time motherfuckers started going up there. Like,
that shit got too retarded. I could not watch that shit.
I still ain't even watch the rest of it, bro. But that,
Saz got his ass. I said Saz. Melanated got his ass together, though.
Oh, so he went up there?
Hell yeah, bro. He tried it. He gonna try to hit on her by saying, like, I'm just upset that you refuse to acknowledge your recessive side. Like, basically saying, like, you act like white men ain't shit, basically. I was like, wow. So he basically tried to identify with her by saying, like, you got some white in you, so why I ain't good enough for you?
So that nigga said some shit. He said some shit like everything the black man ever learned in America, he learned from the white man. Some shit that nigga said. I was lightweight dozing off like, what the fuck? Like, no, someone asked him, what great civilization have black people built? He said, I can't think of any. Can't think of a thing. Then he said, every time a black people built anything, it's from outside influence from the black man. Man, I was so flabbergasted the whole show. Like, this dude I'm talking about, he is out the closet, pure bona fide, unapologetic racist, and don't even know it. Like, he don't even know. He is ignorant racist.
That's why, for me, with him, you gotta take away that flood immediately. Like, that's like the first thing I'm going to. Like, bro, give me this hand shit and the shot that would do it.
Racism.
That shit kind of.
You're not gonna like it. It's on his way. You'll enjoy it.
Because none of that shit that they try to propagate through racism can be proven. It's all propaganda. So, of course, anybody that's racist would be ignorant. Especially from the standpoint of the shit we was told about ourselves. Like, we monkeys? Funny. That's funny. You know who the real monkeys are.
And he's debating a Tarzan, the white Tarzan, I mean, is the real monkey. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He the one that had monkey.
Yeah, they reversed it. That's the funny thing about Tarzan. You feel me? Tarzan was really like a black man that ran around with wild white people. You feel me? So now you're gonna sit over here and flip the story and have Tarzan be a white man running around with gorillas. Like, that's foul. Motherfucking foul. But that's what happened when people don't know the origin of shit, let alone their own origin. Somebody can come in and change the whole fucking story, and you would be trying to figure out how to justify your existence through their life.
That's what I be talking about with that iconoclasm. That's just been going on forever, and it's still happening right now. You know, there was a fireman who ran into the Twin Towers and saved a bunch of people. They made a movie about that man. It's a black firefighter now, and in the movie he was a white man.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't find no black dude. It could have been an unknown black dude.
Man, that's foul. Yeah, I would have sued them for using my likeness.
You feel me?
You feel me? And still got paid off the movie. You feel me? Like, be like, yeah, keep the white man in there. You know what I'm saying? Because it's gonna sell more tickets.
Yeah, I was all about that right there, but that was that World Trade Center movie, bro. That's a goddamn crazy. This is what I'm talking about now. Think about this. That was 15 years ago, right? That was like 05, that range. People don't even recall that shit because we didn't live in the same type news cycle. You know what I'm saying? Like meme news feed based news cycle. And if that shit don't come across the screen, people don't know it. And that's even though we might have lived in that time, it takes a nigga to say, man, y'all remember that movie, man, where they had that white boy playing that black man role? See, a lot of shit just get forgotten, bro. So I'm gonna do a video on that fast.
He said, I'm gonna do a video of that facts. Get that, yeah.
Yeah, you better do one.
That movie World Trade Center, bro. And I used to be a fan of Oliver Stone before he did that because Oliver Stone did the movie JFK. And then he did that shit. And I said, man, fuck, dude. Man, I can't believe he did that bullshit.
Oliver Stone did JFK and he did you see the TV show he did? It was called America. Hold on, let me look it up right quick. That shit was so
Elizabeth Ingram whole ass. They stole my idea for American Gangster. You know what I'm saying? Now, the whole time on the phone now, she telling me, why don't you make the characters white? I said, what? Man, the market is so ready for
Untold History of the United States. It was like a 5-6 part series. You gonna like it, bro. You gonna like it.
Let's check that out.
When you talking about the movie, I mean the series when they talk about Vanderbilt, Rockefeller, who else was it? Like 5 motherfuckers that had a lot to do with the upcoming. J.P. Morgan.
I think I've seen that, man.
I know it mentioned. I don't think it was centered around
them. They showed the trials and stuff. And them boys was in the trial talking about, when I'm building America, nobody got no problem.
It was like 5 of them, and they showed how they story collimated together over the time of the series to show this is how America came into be.
No, I don't think that was that shit. I'd like to see that shit.
Modern American, yeah.
Yeah, I was thought-provoking shit, man. So now I feel like everybody is sold out here recently. Like even like with Alex Jones, this shit used to be a little thought-provoking. Suddenly it just became corporate. Michael Moore.
That Dakota dude. Damn, Jesse Ventura. What's that motherfucker? Yeah, Jesse Ventura.
Mm-hmm.
Now see, I don't know with him. I felt like they used him to start debunking shit.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that motherfucker went on TV kind of like after the internet started getting some real airplay and niggas started to question shit. Suddenly, Jesse Ventura doing conspiracy shows on every conspiracy niggas talking about online.
Mm-hmm. And he had to move to Mexico, bro.
Oh damn!
He said he's so scared that America's gonna be in another civil war that he's moving to Mexico.
Not to mention about them trying to come out his ass for all that shit he was uncovering. But yeah, Swab, it's the men who built America. That's the documentary.
That's unsafe right there, though, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If you're gonna go somewhere, it better not be Mexico.
No.
They are not gonna stop nobody from coming to get you, bro.
Not even I mean, it depends on what side of that politics that you wind up on. Like, if you are like, say for instance, like with the Eric Snowden situation, if you're in a situation where you can be a benefit to this country by utilizing some of the intelligence that you have, they might hide your motherfucking ass. And honestly speaking, like you said, we ain't ready to go to war with Mexico ain't ready to go to war with us. Like, I get what you're saying. But I don't think it would come down to no war, so he'll be safe. To where it's like, nigga, the closer I stay to my enemy, it's like if somebody trying to punch you, Taz, and you just keep on stepping to the side of this motherfucker, can't hit you.
Now, Mexico is so poor, though, and they're so dependent on people coming over there to spend money. They're not even going to play games with you. They're going to
give your ass up. Right, okay.
They're dependent on people coming across that border to spend money. You know what I'm saying? If they go across, especially that California side, the Baja California side, that part of Mexico is completely dependent on the Californians and their ability to get back and forth through California. So they are not going to risk you know what I'm saying?
For your little ass, they ain't finna, not for no one motherfucker. Ain't nobody bigger than the whole one man.
Yeah, all they shit up, brother. They doing all right being able to, cross back and forth over. People come over there, spend their American money. You know what I'm saying? Everybody speaks English. They love to have you over there. Everybody smiling and shit. That's why, like I said, like if this corona shit go away and things go back to normal, I think about moving back over there. Because it's an extension of living for real.
I was thinking about moving to Mexico too, man. Like I've been saying that shit since now probably like 17. Because like when I was younger, I ain't really had no sense of identity for real. Like as far as knowing our connection to Africa. So the first thing I was thinking like anywhere close that I can get up out of this motherfucker. And I always had like I liked how Mexican people work about their family. You see what I'm saying? So when it came to certain cultures, that was one of the first cultures that I like identified. It was like, man, I like how they put family above every fucking thing. Like, if they mama say kill you, nigga, don't give a fuck what the law is. You out of here. You know what I'm saying? Not to say I'm glorifying the violence, but I'm glorifying the undying love. You see what I'm saying? So with that being said, like Mexico was one of the first places I thought of, and niggas used to always be like, bro, don't go over there, they gonna kill your black ass. I'm like, bro, they not gonna be studying my black ass for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just like me being up here in Cleveland, motherfuckers be like, bro, what you doing up there in Cleveland? Like, bro, I'm not from here. These niggas they're not thinking about me half the time, motherfucker. They don't even see me. You feel me? Like,
it's a dollar, bro. Especially when they realize you're American, they just don't do what they get up out of it. Like I said, $1,500 to get you a crib on the ocean, man. Beautiful view. So, like, you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, that shit ain't nothing.
You talking about the Baja house? What are you talking about?
Baja, California? Over there on
I said to buy it?
No, to live it. I mean, I'm saying, but like, shit, $8
a month? $1,600 a month?
Yeah, $8 you.
You rich, nigga. I say rich niggas gotta talk this.
Shut up, Clay.
You said that like that shit.
A damn community at the ocean, nigga. This is all inclusive, nigga.
That is cheap.
But this shit cheap as fuck, bro. Some shit you be
paying $45. When you compare how much you had to pay over here, Clay, for that type of shit.
And keep in mind, these motherfuckers ain't doing no background checks or none of that type shit, nigga. This if you got cash on.
You ain't even in that system. I feel you. Yeah.
$4,500, you in there, nigga. Pay 3 months ahead, nigga. You in there, nigga. $4,500, nigga. They don't need no paperwork on that.
Hey man, I need to talk to you further on that because that would be a cool ass retreat for me and my niggas stuff. And get the fuck away for a minute and really put some plans together.
I ain't gonna lie to you, but like I said, I wasn't really hanging all out like that.
Nah, we ain't gonna be out there.
Bro, that ain't like this. We got police and sheriffs in our city. They got the army riding around, nigga.
And see, that's my thing. I don't even be out there like that. Like, even when I was younger, I wasn't even no clubbing ass nigga. You feel me? And now that I'm older, I damn sure ain't trying to, you know what I'm saying, put myself in situations that have the potential for no fucking reason. You know, other than, oh, I'm bored. Nigga, I know how to have fun where I'm at. And I'm the type of nigga, I'm going to have fun at my house. You know what I'm saying? I can go in my bedroom and call it a night. So if I bring my homies with me, we gonna have that shit set up at the crib to where I'm not playing with them niggas. Don't you be out riding around bullshit and bring no shit back here. I'm telling you.
Yeah, they crazy shit like that, like the 5-6 bedroom joints for what is it? What's that shit called? Airbnb. They got some cheap ass Airbnbs and shit down there too. I was looking last week because I was thinking about going back down there because going down there, man, everything is cheaper, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like half the price of here. So like you go down there and buy, dang, that shit $25. You know what I'm saying? You go down there and buy car is half the price. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just
what if
like once you live there,
can you just keep going over and then coming back?
Hell yeah, if you live near the border, hell yeah, that's what I would do. That's what people in San Diego do.
You need a passport to get there?
The Blue's still on here. That's a San Diego nigga. I know.
No, bro. You don't need a passport to go to Mexico.
Man, you right though. All my niggas from
San Diego.
But you know what? They did start doing something differently though, because we would sneak over there for St. Patrick's Day because they ain't ID and go clubs and drink and shit. And they did change the rules. Like it ain't. Now you don't need a passport, but you do now need like an ID.
Yeah, you
need no ID to go over that much.
Well, you ain't gonna get back in this bitch,
man. That's what my Dago used to do. They used to get over that bitch and be scared they weren't gonna be able to get back. I'm like, these niggas are wild, man.
Nigga, my wife had lost her ID when we was in Mexico, right? So we had to come back over here to get one. Nigga, we was at customs, nigga, for like an hour, bruh. I'm talking about, nigga, whatever they pulled up, you know what I'm saying? It was her little life history or whatever, but they sitting there asking her mom name, dad name, birthday.
We need to know it all.
You know what I'm saying? They give you the rundown, but who the fuck want to go through that shit? You know what I'm saying? You better have your paperwork, nigga, coming back in. Because they'll let you go into Mexico without no check or nothing. You just ride right through. Coming back, that's the problem.
Now, what would you say is the thing that people should be prepared for, though, that when they get there that they probably wouldn't even think of because we don't deal with that here?
That army shit, bro. That shit where you ain't gonna get pulled over by the federales with police lights, bro. You gonna get pulled over by a truck full of Mexicans on the back of a goddamn truck with AKs, nigga.
Right.
Riding around with AKs on the back of the truck, and when you look over and see them, nigga, they looking at you, nigga, strapped up, vest up, nigga, with fatigues on in the hot sun, nigga, ready to smoke something.
Yeah, y'all don't speak the same language, so you don't know. You got
it's some intimidating shit, bro. I ain't fucking with them, yo.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, that's something I've had to wrap my mind around. For one, like growing up in the South, we stayed close to like army bases and shit like that. As well as I had friends that were army brats, so I, dealt with the interactions of dealing with military, police and shit. But of course, like you said, it's still something that you have to adjust to because they don't have police like that at all. They just got them. But I had to adjust I'm still adjusting my mind to it because like. I want to go over to Africa, you feel me? And they shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no police, nigga. Military pulling up on your ass. Yeah. And you don't really know all they languages either, so it's like shit, motherfucker, that shit can be intimidating. You like, this motherfucker might be talking about shooting me and I don't even know. You know what I'm saying? But if you pay attention to anybody, what I've learned, and I'm pretty sure you can concur, you pay attention to people's body language and you get real good about emotional intelligence and complying, like in the sense of like some motherfuckers think complying is like being a bitch. Right. One thing I've understood is when you dealing with a soldier, deal with them accordingly. If you're not ready to go to war with that motherfucker, don't start one. Right. What you ask for, give him that. I don't give a fuck if that motherfucker's extorting you. If you don't got the higher ground, keep your fucking life. Let that motherfucker take whatever the fuck he want, long as it ain't your ass. You feel me? Like, what the fuck? Take that shit.
They ain't playing. You almost know to live like that, bro. Because like I say again, nigga, who the fuck won't smoke with a truck full of Mexicans, nigga, with AKs? Nigga, who won't smoke with that?
You hear me?
Man, I murdered them niggas.
That's crazy.
That shit ain't even worth it, bro. Pay them dudes whatever the fuck you supposed to pay them, bro. Get on about your life.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. You know what I'm saying? You can pay them motherfuckers, bro. Like you can pay them motherfuckers. You can, man, I honestly believe you get caught with 5 bricks in the car, nigga. If you got the money, you gonna walk, nigga.
You gonna walk.
Yeah, they say even when you go to jail on that, you can pay to leave, but you got to come back.
Bro, I'm telling you, bro. They hit me twice for a few dollars, bro. But it was on bullshit, like doing a U-turn in the street, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? They threaten you with that shit, but they just want your fucking money.
He out there begging doing U-turns and shit.
Bro, that motherfucker told me I was gonna go to jail for doing that U-turn, bro. We had to pay that motherfucker $60, bro.
Nah, you was out there bullshit, and you in a whole other country over there doing U-turns.
I couldn't believe that shit, bro. It was
I would even take my ass to Florida and do those U-turns.
I'm talking right down the street from the crib, bro. Some simple shit, bro. Like, I was shook, nigga. I ain't gonna sit here and lie, nigga. I was shook, bro.
Shit, that was a healthy fear. You hear me?
The motherfuckers came out the cut. I was like, oh, shit.
Like,
why you sit there and shit?
Right. That'd be the worst, though. That'd be the worst. When you go down in front of your old lady, you gotta apologize for they come to the car. My bad, man. I know I shouldn't have did that shit.
Man, right.
I hope this shit don't turn out bad for us. Hopefully they just, you get to thinking about the movie Crash and shit, like, man, swear to God, this motherfucker better not try no shit with my wife.
I forgot about that shit, bro. I go down for that one, nigga.
You feel me, bro? I do not like getting pulled over when I got my old lady with me, bro. Cause I'd be like, man, they finna make me go to jail for real.
Yeah, they gonna have to come kill me on the side of the road right there.
Man.
Bro. You ain't gonna violate my woman, bro, in front of me. You crazy.
You hear me? And I gotta argue with her the rest of my life about this shit.
For the rest of your life, nigga.
Every time you try to get smart, nigga, you ain't do that to the bitch ass nigga that was freaking me in front of you. Fucking you talking about? Like, damn.
Yeah, she ain't letting that one go.
You feel me? She gonna be on your head for the rest of your life. You is not getting out of that.
Hell yeah.
I'd have been snapped on, bro.
You'd have been a snap.
I'd have had to get her ass in order. You tried it. That's fucked up.
Nah,
yeah, that's
bro,
crazy.
hell no. That police, that motherfucker did some shit, bro, where, nigga, you gonna have to clap me, bro. I forget what he did, bro. He just stick his hand all the way up.
Yeah, that nigga
fingered her. He fingered her. Like, she literally,
man,
you can see her trying not to feel pleasure, like, because he can hit you certain spots. Like, I'm like, damn, that's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, you got to clap me right there, bro. Fuck it.
It's either that or I'm gonna go home and kill myself, because I don't fuck, man. Fuck. Like, because either you too scary to do something, so since you too scared to do something to him, how you gonna live with yourself? Like, that shit gonna eat you alive until you kill your damn self. Or finally grow the balls to pull up to that nigga house. I sure would have laid that nigga shit down. What?
Yeah, that was a well-written movie, man. I ain't seen it in a while. That was a well-written
Wasn't
movie.
it?
Yeah, that was a well-written movie.
That shit was hard, bro.
If those movies was like that, I'd probably still watch them, man. But I kind of hate movies now.
It's just one movie that's kind of like that on a different plot level, though. It's called The Usual Suspect.
Oh, no, that's a GOAT level movie there, bro. That's GOAT. But
it's just like I call it on that level because like the way the scenes kind of collapse onto each other.
That's in my top 5.
That's one of my favorite joints, bro.
I got to stop you early before you get into it, but that's one of the movies that made a nigga start becoming that investigative journalist.
You hear me?
You know what I'm saying? When you go back and watch the movie a whole second time, like, what the fuck?
I'm like, damn, they got me, nigga.
Yeah, that's one of the first movies I think I did that. I'm like, wait, hold on, wait, what?
Did you see?
That was him.
I got a hood movie for you that's like that though. Oh, what is it? 211.
Yeah, 211 was like that. 211 was good shit, bro.
Yeah, that shit fucked me up. I was mad at murder. Like, man, why you kill your brother for? You a bitch. Man, kind of find out that nigga brother was on bullshit. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. How did I miss that shit?
Who's singing Fight Dogs 1 and 2?
Fight Dogs? I never heard of that.
That's a hood movie.
Never heard of that one, cuz.
Since we transitioned
Fight
to
Dog. I'm going to check that out.
Nigga said since we transitioned to hood movies.
That nigga hell, bro.
I wish a lot of these niggas knew the game, though, because, see, here's my problem with a lot of that shit. If niggas knew the game, like back then, 4, 5 years ago, even I would say even 10 years ago, when they was doing them little hood movies, all that shit should be on YouTube, nigga. They could be getting paid from that shit right now. Nigga.
Oh, yeah.
All that shit could be on YouTube on their channel, bro.
Yeah.
All that shit. Every last hood movie.
But guess what I'm trying to do, though,
block, every hood, nigga. That shit should be on YouTube.
That's what me and Swab and, you know, some of the brothers in the LI trying to do. We trying to get enough collective of brothers involved in, like, a project enough to where, like, hey, you know this nowadays, man, my OG be doing, he's one of the first niggas I seen do it, but they be doing, like, these impromptu type moves. Like, they'll tell people what the scene is supposed to consist of. They'll set the setting and all of that shit up, like with the props or who's supposed to be there, but then they just let it play out. You know what I'm saying?
That's live right there. No, I said that's live right there. That's good shit.
Yeah, I was thinking, man, me and Swab was talking like, what was it, season 1 probably? We was talking about trying to put something together with the league. And, you know, some of the players some of the debaters that was in our squad, we was like, man, bro, that shit would be so easy for us to do. You know what I'm saying? Because we ain't got to worry about really writing the script. Just got to have a gist of where we want the storyline to go. And certain niggas just got that kind of charisma. You just got to let them niggas go. Let them niggas talk, you feel me? And tell them what direction it's supposed to go.
No, I've been looking for niggas like y'all, bro. So I'm glad I'm here before a lot of this shit happens. We can make shit happen like that, bro. And I have the natural repellent of fuck boys, bro. So, like, it's not really a surprise to me that niggas are leaving. You know what I'm saying? I naturally repel fuck niggas. You know what I mean?
I got that too.
That shit funny as hell.
Real shit though, bro. Like nigga, I pull up to the scene, bro. I'm dead ass serious, bro. Like,
no, you ain't lying.
Really do internet friends and shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't like internet niggas, bro. But I'm rocking with niggas on that level. I'm fucking with y'all. Yeah. So it is what it is. But I do have the natural ability to repel some fuck ass niggas.
But you know what I realized, Taz, and maybe you can feel me on this. Like, we was younger, we had no choice of the people that we was put in the neighborhood with that wind up being our friends in school and stuff like that. But as we began to get older, we started to realize, when I was younger, I was the main person in my circle that was always giving, inviting people over, letting them eat at my house and shit like that. Now that I got older and I'm having a better choice of, better selective people that I want to be around and actually having a choice to choose, I have a friendship with brothers that, man, these niggas give to me so often to the point I'm always feeling like, dang, hold on, this nigga got me fucked up. He ain't finna outdo me. You know what I'm saying? Versus, dang, do these niggas really, appreciate, what I'm trying to do for these niggas? That's how my friends was at first. You used to be like, man, these niggas using the fuck out of me. But at the same time, you like, I don't want to see my niggas fucked up, so I'm gonna keep on fucking with these niggas. But it feel good to come into your own and you look over at your circle of friends and you like, man, nigga act just like me. You feel me? I don't gotta second guess what this motherfucker gonna do. I can trust this motherfucker around my children. You feel me? Not to say I'm gonna be blind trusting the motherfucker, but the healthy trust. You know what I'm saying? To the point I don't gotta worry about that shit. Like if I pass away right now, bro, I know I got a circle of brothers. They might not be my mama kids, but I got a circle of brothers that's going, man, they probably would be doing 10 times better than what I probably would do because there's more of them. But long as I'm here, they're not gonna try to step on my toes. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not worried about when I go. I know my niggas gonna step up. But I also try not to be too overbearing to where life has to move me out the way. You got to go. You do it too much. You try to turn your kids into you, goddamn. I did not make two. Did not make two, nigga. But yeah, like to me, that's been the beauty of me coming into, my mid-30s. Like I've looked around and noticed, like, damn, my selection of friends or the people that I call my friends are really more like family members than the people that, you know what I'm saying, that I'm actually supposed to be blood related to. And it's only because I identify with these people so deeply that I attracted versions of myself. Like, the more I fell in love with myself, I started attracting the people, you know what I'm saying, that remind me of myself. To the point now, instead of the people that are reminding me of myself and I'm going off on these motherfuckers, it's like, nah, I appreciate this reflection. I appreciate you, bro. What you need? You don't need nothing? Oh, damn. Well, shit, nigga, let's just kick it. Let's see what can come from this friendship. But for me, a friendship is somebody that I'm willing to invest in and vice versa. As far as niggas just talking that shit, like, that's why I always come with different concepts or projects for niggas to do together. Because that's, like, for me, that's my gift. Like, I'm idea. I want to see through somebody else's idea. Cause I mean, what's up, cuz? You ain't gonna be keep on doing it a little dark on me either, nigga. But I'm saying too much, you ever clear your throat and shit.
Man, I don't know.
Listen, bro. I was clearing my throat because I just got finished eating some bomb ass, hot ass. Man, I was trying not to get no damn spicy wings. I got some damn honey, mango, habanero. Didn't realize habanero.
Wow. Like BW3's me, habanero hot that
So, I gotta clear my throat every 13 seconds.
Let me get the habanero because I can't eat nothing.
I hate for you to hurt.
I'm crying right now, nigga.
But guess what, though? You're gonna be a better man for it, dog.
Yeah, it's smarter. I gotta get no bullshit like
them
that.
Herbs gonna flush. Them herbs gonna flush you out, boy.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what people don't realize about them herbs. Like, them bitches start flushing out your cells, boy. But when you don't plan it, it can be a rude awakening.
That's like that. What's the name? What's that mushroom?
She gonna burn chaga? Going in there and coming out.
Like the chaga. That's like the chaga mushroom. The
chaga mushroom.
Chaga mushrooms. Yeah, they say it possesses.
You had that shit before?
Shit, hell no. I don't even think they sell that shit like regular mushrooms, bro. They say people be buying that so that they could get a dose of melanin. That shit restructures DNA. Ooh, excuse me. SVDL is live right now. T-Duck versus old dude, more Orthodox Moor. So I'm finna end this one. And we finna get it in. I'll see y'all on the other side. For sure.
We'll see y'all at the post debate. Yes, well, we definitely gonna have to